Hey, what's up, guys? We're here, we're live. How's it going? All right, the title shall be Redistricting My Pokemon Cards Until I Win. Breaks close, and Big Sarah giveaway. All right, we'll hit save on that. So today's daytime stream was pretty slow. It was a lot like yesterday's daytime stream. So that's 2 days in a row. Let's grab this. Let's see, we're jumping over here. It's a slow week, probably. We're going live for Wednesday night. Getting pretty close to 2 a.m. in the morning at the start time there. You know, I had my alarm go off. I was supposed to wake up and come stream. We are. But I kind of slept through it, didn't I? All right. The problem is I hit the snooze button, and at least I thought I did, but I'd actually hit the turn off the alarm button. Oops. Let's throw this away. But my brain naturally woke me up anyways. I was like, you better go. All right. What's this? I got a refund? Refund for what? Oh, weird. Okay. That's nice. I like refunds. Dooby. We'd love to. Okay. We'll close this as well. Let's go ahead and turn on the iPad. So I'm awake. I have a headache, dude. What the hell? How can I be awake with the headache? I ate a ton of chicken for dinner, and I suspect it's because I ate chicken. This. Come on now. All right. Let's grab this. I suspect I have a Wegovy headache. We're grabbing this. Let me click on this. Ah, there's the stream. Very good. All right. Oops. We're hitting pause. Who do we got? Resendez, Hathim, Tyler, Cadian, Serge, AOG, Mr. Hack, Mr. Joseph Albrecht. It's me, Mr.'s favorite mod. Where can we get some cards? Says Mr. Hack. Hey, what's up, Mr. Hack? Well, I'm setting up the website link right now. Pause on that. Stop. All right, there we go. There's nothing worse than hearing myself in the live stream. It's the most annoying sound. It's like, ooh, is that me? All right, so I believe I pinned the website. Is that right? Close this. Let's see. And lift that up. Yes. More like we'll go gay. Yeah, something like that. All right. Kratos, passkey to sign in faster to PayPal? No, we hate the passkey. Why does PayPal push this so hard? I don't want the passkey. Sign in faster with the passkey. No. Wow, what a nuisance. All right, we're jumping over here to PayPal orders. Good. So that is set up. I see we have no pre-orders today. I'm not surprised. Yeah, today's daytime stream was hella slow, dude. It was slow as hell. Here's Sergio L12. Let me get into the jungle break. All right, so this time we're gonna wig it for Mr. L12. Is that what you wanted? Well, thank you so much for purchasing this because it's finally over. I strongly thought it was going to end in the daytime stream, and it was somehow so slow that it still didn't go off. So I was like, it's real slow. Usually when there's one spot left in any break, it sells in a heartbeat. But especially a vintage pack break, you would expect that one to sell for sure. So here it is. Let's see how it goes. Will you be getting partner packs soon? No, I've no interest in those, I'm afraid. We are. Toss this over here. Snipping these. That was why we never got them in the first place. They just sound goofy too, don't they? Partner packs. Partner pack. I love it. We are. All right. Now, if they were called Charizard packs, ooh, baby, we'd be buying some Charizard packs. All right, here we are. I would get the last spot, but Mr. took all my money. That's true. We are. Yeah, your one payment was pretty large. I'm good. I'm just about to make something to eat, but I need to be awake in 6 hours. Let's see. Happy Wednesday. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. 6, 7, 6, 7. Put this away. The jungle pack is going off. We have 27 people watching and 7 likes. 29 people watching and 8 likes. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ants? How's it going, guys? So what do you guys think we pull out of this packet? Some good, probably, right? Ooh, yeah, it's something real good. Look at all these names. All right. Wish me luck, 6. Could be a heavy pack. God, I hope it is. I hope it is. I hope it's like some holographic Snorlax pops out of here and it's a big deal and everybody goes, oh, I should have gotten to that. I like it when you guys pull big cards. I like it when this group makes a profit from a pack opening, all the better. I like seeing good luck. If you guys want to get into another break that's about to go off, look at this guy. 1 spot left, $20. You could also just trade to get into that last spot. Somebody tried to trade to get in the daytime stream. It was Mr. Mark, but he had Korean rocket cards, and I was scared I was going to have to take like half his bag for that because the Korean cards are so cheap. The trade-in value of them's not super strong. They are. They're worth more if they're graded, of course. Then I think there's also people who wanted to trade like graded slabs for them. We are, but I don't know if I want to go hunt those down. Had 3 skinny margaritas. Oh, skinny, you don't say. It's skinny, huh? Give me a number. I'm just about to make something to eat. Hunt, hunt, hunt. Ooh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right. And now this pack that has survived many, many years. It's officially time for it to die. Ooh, looking good. I didn't want it to tear that way, but no, that's too bad. I like it when the pack opens in a nice way. So this is pretty old. And now we shall know what's in here. You know, I don't remember how jungle packs open. I don't remember how they go. Let's see. We've got Jeff Leon, Mr. Jeff. All right. Gloom. All right, it's looking good. Mr. Jeff with the Gloom. You know, when I first got that pack, I wasn't so sure about it because it seemed kind of it felt kind of off, but no, that's a real booster pack. And all that's going on there is it's a pretty old booster pack. Here's Adam Moondorf. Mr. Adam. All right, Adam, you're gonna pick up Seeking. Oh, Mr. Adam. Oh, let me put this back. These packs survive like 25 years of hanging around, you know. Maybe they're sitting in a closet for a long time. Maybe they're sitting in a garage. Maybe they're sitting in some kid's backpack. You never know. Here's Sarah Dusenberry. All right, Sarah. So you're going to pick up right on these. I noticed the cards have a little bit of a warp to them, but that's okay. That can be pushed out of the card. Just put them between, you know, like a heavy book, and that should fix it. But sometimes these old cards have a little warp to them. Right. Petting the rat for luck. Now, this next person gets the rare. I'm looking at it. It doesn't look hollow to me. It does not look hollow. Nathan Norman. So Mr. Nathan will get this card right here. Gotta rub Mr.'s belly for good luck. Oh, get in my belly. Okay, that doesn't look like a hollow, but we'll see. Here's Marius Larson. Mr. Marius. A very nice Goldeen. So besides the holographic, we're also looking for Pikachu. If we could pull a Pikachu, that would be fantastic. Pikachu, Cubone, Jigglypuff. Any of those would be good, but really the Pikachu would be amazing. That card alone is selling for like $300 to $400, unlimited in a 10. Okay. Nathan Norman. Now, Mr. Nathan, he pulled the rare, didn't he? Yeah, he did. So let's put this here. It'll be a double surprise for Mr. Nathan. Okay, so I'll find out both his pulls in the end. Here's Nicholas Williams. Mr. Nicholas. Yeah, the cards have a slight warp to them. Just put them between a book. They'll be good. Rhyhorn. All right. I have some cards like that. Oh, yeah, I should have a whole box of cards like that somewhere. Where am I storing that? I stored that years ago and then never did anything with it. I wonder if it's on a shelf right now. Our Nicholas Williams. I wonder if I could go find that right now. I bought this huge lot of common cards, and they were all vintage, and they had like a slight warp to them. And I put them on a shelf somewhere, and they're on that shelf still somewhere. I wonder if I could go find those. Another Nicholas Williams. We are. Ooh, Cubone. Okay, Cubone has been pulled. Beautiful. Lovely Cubone. There's a lot of cards to open these days, guys. A lot of modern cards. Like somebody was just mentioning the first partners or whatever it's called. And it's like you could spend a lot of money on that, but man, there is nothing ever wrong with just putting all your money toward vintage. Really. Vintage has proven itself. I really think like it has. Spiro, Mr. L12, darn. I was rooting for you to get a Pikachu there. If we did nothing in this channel, nothing, but open these vintage packs, I don't think that would be a mistake. Just pack split after pack split after pack split, right? If that was all we were doing, yeah, I don't think it would be a waste of money. I think that would be a good way, a good direction to send the money, you know? So here's Alejandro, Mr. Alejandro. Boop. Oh, baby. All right. All right. A little warp there again. See that? A little warp. There's the Pikachu. That's a hit, guys. This card, no joke, unlimited, is selling around $300 to $400. I'll look it up for you, just so you can believe me, okay? Because you gotta believe me here. We could literally just open these unlimited jungle packs, and it would be a good thing. Jungle, because he's not even hard to pull, to be honest. This Pikachu, he shows up in a lot of the boosters. Let's see what he's going for now. So you will want to flatten this guy out, and we're gonna go find one. Here it is. So the cheapest one is right here for $500. Unlimited with 4 people watching, $500. I wasn't joking. Yep, we really could just open vintage packs like these jungle boosters, and it wouldn't be a bad thing. It would not be a bad situation to be in. Just opening vintage boosters. This is going on with virtually all vintage packs right now. Okay, how about ended recently? All right, check this out. So here's one recently sold on April 29th, unlimited jungle Pikachu. There it is. It says this was marked down actually. So I don't know what price he accepted, but I bet you it was around 500. That's my bet. Uh-huh. Here's another unlimited one sold $500 on the 27th. What do you guys think of that? There's that cough. Mister, what's your opinion on PSA right now? They're great. PSA is a good company. Everybody wishes they could get their cards back faster. Everybody wants PSA grading. PSA grade your card, and you're wealthier because of it. Name me another country in the world, not country, another company in the world that does that for you right now. That doesn't exist. It's amazing. And I like the other grading companies too. PSA just happens to be the most popular right now. Yeah. Tag, I like Tag a lot. I think Tag's a pretty good competitor. Their crystal clear cases are very beautiful, and their grading report is super popular. It's something that is an innovation that PSA hasn't figured out. being able to give out a grade report on every single card, small or large, is super impressive. And if tag grading dropped that, if they got rid of that, they could probably grade cards much faster and they could probably grade them at a higher profit margin. But they give you a grading report anyways, so it's really impressive. Also, they have a pristine grade, and it's really hard to get the pristine grade. It's not like the CGC pristine, it's more like the SGC pristine. And here's Sarah Dusenberry picking up the last card. So overall, I feel pretty good about this booster pack because we pulled Pikachu. Look out, by the way, look how clean this is. Do you see this? No white dot, no white dot, no white dot, no white dot. Boom, Pokeball. All right, Pokeball. All right, I'm hoping that Pikachu grades 10. I don't know if this Pokeball will, but it's a big card. Show us your Funko Pop collection. Yeah, I steered clear of Funko Pop, and that was part of my Poke Genius is to just stick to Pokemon. Now, Nathan Norman, he's got this card here. And look again. White dot. Nope. 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 This one card could be a 10. Nidoran. Cute card. Probably 100 and a 10. And then here's the rare. Non-hollow. Victory Bell. All right, there we go. Victory Bell non-hollow. So it was a non-hollow pack. I could kind of tell from the back of the card it's not holographic because when it's non-hollow, it gives off a light reddish color almost. There's various tells. All right, Nathan Norman. It was Nathan, right? Yes, Nathan Norman. Let's go find Nathan Norman. Where am I going to run into it? Does he have a box? No. Oops. 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 All right. Knocking these little cards over. Here's Nicholas Alvarez. These end boxes are overwhelmingly filled. We might have to get something new for this. Nathaniel Martinez, Nathan Norman. And so there it goes. It's crazy, guys. It was a pack with a victory bell in it. And yet, because of the one Pikachu, the pack has the potential to be worth over $500. But keep in mind, we also pulled Cubone. He's not cheap either. Cubone's probably a $200 card if I had to guess, maybe 175. I haven't even looked it up, but that's my gut instinct telling me relative to the Pikachu. If Pikachu's 500, Cubone should be like 175. So those two cards alone made that break very worthwhile. Now, we have to choose a new vintage pack break. What should it be? I like Jungle a lot. I could do research on Jungle packs. I like Team Rocket a lot. That has Charmander, Dark Charmeleon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon. Dratini, Dragonair, War Turtle. There's Fossil. The Gym era. Gym Heroes, huh? I'm racking my brain for vintage packs right now. I wonder what the original Japanese base set is doing. I'm gonna look it up. Are those really expensive, or are those still kind of affordable? Because those don't guarantee a heavy pack, right? Holy moly, dude! Oh my god, they are crazy expensive. Okay, never mind about that. Computer, show me two guys doing it. Here's Japanese. Let's just type in Japanese vintage booster and see what pops up. Oh my dear God, dude. These are so expensive. What in the world are these prices? What's this? Shining Darkness. That looks kind of cool. From 2007. Here's empty booster packs for like $30. Here's a gym one for $741. A little bit tempting. $741 Gym Heroes. Oh, it's international. It's in the UK. Oof. That means we'd pay 15% tax to get it over here. See? Man. Here's a Neo 2-pack, but it looks like it's been bent to hell. No. And how much will we need to sell it for? $112 a spot. Oh my God, dude. All right, so those just aren't going to work out. How about, gosh, man. I mean, I think that the Jungle Pack was impressively affordable. That was what I liked about it. Let's try this Jungle Booster. Jungle Booster. So I can get some Jungle Boosters from a guy who's really reliable, might even give us a heavy pack, but it would cost us a lot extra per pack. That's the downside. Or we can just go for the absolute cheapest ones on the market. It won't cost us $50 extra. It costs us quite a bit more than that. All right, what we got here? Something from France. From France. You do not like to be happy? Um, hmm. I'm just looking around. A minute here, guys. Yeah, it's tempting to just restock the jungle packs. Wait, what's this? What's this? Ooh, I might go with this. Mm, 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 mm. All right. It looks like we are going to go with Jungle Unlimited. I just found a good source of them. And divided by 11. It does look like in order to host them, we would have to up the price considerably. The price would jump to $54 a pack. It's interesting. I think it's a better bet than some of these other things, though. Mhm. I don't understand. Why are these cheaper than the other ones? Is it the same guy? Let me look at this. All right. I like this guy. And then who's this guy? That's two different people. So it's almost like this guy stole the other guy's image. That's annoying. 18 likes. Come on, make the guy work a little. Hey guys, smash that like button if you want a free booster box of cards. That's the giveaway. So, all right, that's not bad. Let me just take a quick look at this guy. Oh, he's pretty much only selling jungle packs. It's interesting. Here's some first edition gym challenge too, though. But those are like unbelievably expensive now. But I mean, they're kind of tempting. I don't know. No, I think I'm going to go with the jungle packs. So I'm probably going to dump a pretty heavy money here, a pretty heavy amount of money here, and get us a good chunk of jungle packs. I'm thinking 8 boosties. Here goes. Click. All right, we're taking on 8 boosties of jungle. Why don't we go ahead and now just pick something out of my group of cards here. Let me check over here. You know, with the Pikachu selling for $500, jungle packs are such a safe bet. Hopefully, there's some heavy in there. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, these look super clean. Too bad about that other one not being a heavy pack. I would have liked that. Here's some Team Rocket as well. These look pretty clean too, don't they? How much money is this in my hand nowadays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 booster packs of vintage. That's not cheap. Man, that's expensive these days. It's a lot of money, actually. So I just did a big restock on Jungle Unlimited. I think it's a great set. It comes with the Jungle Pikachu, and that card's just really valuable. But there's other good Jungle cards in that set, and it comes with the chance for Snorlax. Let's see. Maybe I should just make one of these for sale outright for fun. For somebody with deep pockets who just wants to open a big old booster pack live. I could turn it into a gym break for 2 people. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? All right, so here we have some more cards. Give me a moment. I'm buying up a little more of the Team Rocket as well. All right. I like Team Rocket and I like Jungle. They're just 2 really good sets. So it's the purchase has been done. So we just dropped about $4,000 on vintage packs just now. Maybe about $4,000. And now I'm asking you guys, which of these, any of these right here, which would you like? We got Wigglytuff, Flareon, Scyther. Or over here, we've got the Team Rockets. Which one looks good to you guys? What do you think looks nice? But I could just buy these all day. It's like one of the safest purchases ever. It's just vintage boosters. They never go bad. They don't explode as fast as some graded booster packs do. Graded not booster packs, some graded cards do, but they're just always decent. Yeah, they don't experience high highs or randomly low lows. They're just real steady all the time. All for me, you shouldn't have. Hey, what's up, Marius? Team Rocket, you guys want Team Rocket? We did just do a jungle. Put it in my bag. You want me to? All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick a number, guys. Pick a number, and that'll be the booster. Either 1 to 5. 1 to 5. That'll be the booster. That'll be the next break. 6 says 4. All right, there it is. So that's the next break. Let's get it into a holder. That's the new pack split. It's Rocket. Love opening Rocket. You know, one of the reasons why Rocket's so good? Because even if it is a light pack, which it pretty much has a 1 in 3 odds of being, even if these were straight out of a booster box, it'd be 1 in 3 odds. Even if it was a light pack, you can still pull Dark Charizard. He is a non-hollow card in this set, as well as a hollow. And the non-hollow version of him is still mega expensive. So don't buy that. It's not for you. Give me a second. Let me see. We're going to be doing $54 a spot. A little bit more than the jungle pack we just did. The jungle pack was really desirably cheap. This is going to cost a little more. I know how it was sourced. It's good stuff. There it is. It's real good stuff. Look at that. It's a quality pack. So there we go. We got a rocket pack running, and we got Primal Clash running. Don't forget about this. This has like 3 or 4 people in it already. It's only 10 spots. It's this is XY. It's like 10 years old now. It's good stuff. Now, as for these guys, I think we better get them all set up for storage. Okay, so it's how many? 7? Sometimes they do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 6, 7. If there's one thing that I do not mind stocking heavily into inventory wise, it's vintage. Let me mention something. You know what I could have done tonight with $4,000? I could have bought a lot more Ascended Heroes. I could have spent that money on Ascended Heroes. And no, we're going vintage, baby. It's already to the moon. It's already way overpriced. I mean, it just is. And yet there's so little of it. Like when you look at the PSA 10s of some of these cards, it's only like maybe like for even the commons, just a couple hundred. Meanwhile, you got this vintage cards. You get these modern cards, and they're to the thousands, the tens of thousands even. They're not the same, you know. This is where the nostalgia in the hobby is too. I've always held a lot of vintage, and that has not done poorly for me. That has been a fantastic move. You got these jungle packs selling for like over $1,000 now. The Japanese ones, they're like over 1,000 now, and I got a big swath of them that I purchased for like $100 each. Just a big old pack of them. And you know, modern cards have done that too. Let's be honest. You look at like Evolving Skies, for example, and everybody's hoping that this new set Ascendant is going to be the next Evolving, but there's just no way to tell that for sure, is there? That's the first order of tonight. Was that pack break? I hope you guys will join the next pack break. Oh, I suppose I should also mark it as being done, shouldn't I? Can you run a concurrent winner take all break? I know what you're talking about. So instead of a pack split, like a full on pack break. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, AI suggested I try that actually. We've done that before. Please do a pack break where only one person wins. Yeah, because then you could opt to keep it sealed, I think. So it's not a bad idea. Well, do I have some of these laying around somewhere? Thought I had some of these laying around over here. Computer, show me all your vintage boosters. Hmm. Let me go put this up over here. Oh, here they are. So what's this all about? Sandstorm. Cool stuff, man. All right. It's looking a lot like I'm going to need another box for all this vintage. Now, if you guys didn't see it, I also got some interesting cards to grade. We could probably send this out in the next uh, PSA submission. Huh? These are weird. These are bad sleeves. They're not sleeves at all. Oh yeah, condition on this is horrible. Okay, horrible condition. So that's not a good. That's not a good sign. Try this one. That's pretty bad too. Scratched to death. You know, it didn't say that in the actual listing, did it? They never say that. So when you buy this kind of stuff, it's always a gamble, guys. They don't want to talk about it. He's got a big thing right here, huh? All right. They don't like to talk about how the conditions horrid. These might be better off sent to a company like, well, no, it's probably still better. Probably still better off with PSA. Yeah, that guy's got a big impression up there. And go ahead and open this. Is there a jumbo pack break? Yes, sir. One person already in it. Very similar to other ones you've seen in the past. We are. Good. We also have a binder break. It's gotten pretty large. A couple, what you see here is a couple of vintage Mario cards. Let me see. What did I pay for this? I think I paid $200 for these, and it's clearly a total waste. But he didn't mention the condition being good, did he? This is why buying loose cards always kind of a gamble, because you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know how they're hiding the value. Well, let's see. There they are. 158. Let's see how it's described. Original listing. Uh, they retain. Look at this. This is the seller's notes. Overall, these cards have been carefully stored in a protective file for over 30 years. They retain their original gloss, and the prism effect is still very vibrant. There's minor surface mark stain on the Cape Mario, generally clean with sharp edges. He's a liar. They're all bad. What? These guys are ridiculous, man. There's a guy in Japan, a ripoff, man. You deal with this crap all the time. You do. You deal with this crap all the time. Let me go ahead and put this into something. Generally quite good. They retain a sharpness. Uh-huh. Is the sharpness all the scratches in it? Might be worth more raw. Let's put that there for now. All right, let's get to the queue and see who's in the queue, shall we? We're bumping out of here. Thank you, Mr. Sergio. What do we got? Give him a bad rating on eBay. Yeah, I could. Here's Hathim. 5 of the HoloLive Curious. Yes, sir. I think we need a fresh box of the HoloLive Curious. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back, everybody. All right. I think we got a good price on these, don't we? Congrats to Mr. Alejandro on the Pikachu. Oh, right. Let's mark that. Forgot about that. Oops. Close this. I watched the latest episode of The Boys. Interesting episode. Breaks history. Jungle Booster Split. Before 37 minutes. All right. There you go. All right. Ooh. I love a tight, fresh box. Aren't the summaries just AI generated now? Nah, that wasn't the summary. That was in the he paid extra for it's like a subtitle situation. There we go. Do you think it's worth grading the Goldine? Before you grade it, I would flatten it out first. So I would take it home and flatten it out first. Just get some heavy books, put it between the books. Some people might even lightly mist it with like humidity. I wouldn't grade it immediately. It has a slight warp to it. I don't know how they would treat it. They might not care. All right. There we go. The only reason for a winner take all booster pack break for the vintage is to pretty much to keep it sealed if you think about it. You know? Like sure the win is bigger and you could have all the cards inside, but the other system where you get a 1 in 11 chances to pull the rare, it's sort of like that anyways. You have a 1 in 11 odds to pull the rare, but at least you walk away with something. But now if you want to walk away with everything, the only scenario where that really makes like the utility to it is something only a pack break could offer is where perhaps you wish to just keep it sealed. Okay, where do we go? Ooh. Which I understand the desire for that too. Oh. Oh. Do a light pack. Here's. Well, I don't weigh any of my packs, so I don't know. I don't know what's light and what's heavy. I don't really care. I have a simple formula. I'm a simple man. Here's my simple formula. I bring them in. I sleeve them up. Then they just sell for a percentage over what I paid for them. And I hope to hell that they're heavy. That's it. And then you guys get a heavy when it's heavy. It's a good system. It allows me to just shop and not worry about anything. Ooh. Mr. Thim. Thanks, man. It's been a good system. Do we need a new bag for you? I don't remember. I don't think we do. Here we are. All right. You bought some from the box break. Ooh, no, you're right. We marked 1 or 2 of those as light. The only problem with those, though, the light ones, I'm probably going to grade those. Here's Nidoking. Here's Giratina. Charmander. Flareon. Meganium. It's the third. Ooh, Flareon. Wow, that's $1,000 for those. Unbelievable. Mystic, Sylveon Break, 2 solo leveling, Volume 2. All right, you got it. Oh, just one in the Sylveon Break. Here you go, Mystics. All right. That's the new Lightning Break, is this Sylveon. I guess we already hosted one, but it's a good card. If you can take a second one home, nothing wrong with that. All right, there you are. 2 solo leveling 2s. Solo leveling 2s are over here. Haha. Is PSA pack grading good again? Probably not. 6 is trying for another win. Here it is. Snipping this. I saw the price of these ungraded Sylveons. It's really high. So this break is great. It's great. It means that the slab price hasn't caught up with the card price. Boop. Here's Woojin Chul. Woojin Chul. He's my favorite. I love Woojin Chul. And, ooh, Glasses Girl. Ooh, Tusk. All right. There we have it. Miss 6. What? Oh, I'm keeping your bag on the table, aren't I? God, so dumb. All right, here we are. Doing that so that I have access to it faster. Thank you, 6. All right. Very good. We have an order from Mark J. Valerian. No hollows, please, for 1 box of Nihil Zero and 1 pack of Pokemon Celebrations. Ooh, a pack of Pokemon Celebrations. That's going to be fun. All right. You got it, baby. Ah, here we are. Here's a box of Nihil Zero. Look at that. It was gonna be a gym break, but people didn't enter into it. So now it is your box of Nihil Zero. Let's see what they missed out on, shall we? That'll be exciting. Could be a good box, could be a bad box. We don't know. Be really funny if it's a hot box. I noticed most PSA 8s and 9s sell for more as, and even 9s sell for more as raw cards. Something to think about. Are you saying they don't sell for more, or they do sell for more? All right, this is a Mark J. Valerian big order tonight, guys. Ooh. Meow, 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 meow. It's Tonka Tootsie. Hey, what's up, man? All right. All right. Oops. Snipping this. Snipping these. Good. Kind of surprised the PSA 10 of that golden card can go for up to $200. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. We could just open vintage. The return on vintage packs is so good right now that they're a safe thing to open right now. The unlimited, even the unlimited cards, graded 10, are selling for ridiculous prices. Pikachu for 500, that was like the cost of the whole booster. And he was 1 card and he was a common card. So we could just go straight into the next jungle pack. We are. So jungle is good right, not jungle. Vintage is good right now. It's at a good price point as a result of the slab prices getting pushed up so high. Yeah, you just noticed that. I noticed that when we first priced it. I was like, what the hell? Ooh, look at this guy, man. Ooh. All right, here's an energy. Oops. Durapion. Ooh. Wow, these look so fresh. This is nil zero, and it hardly costs anything to open this, guys. All right, salad. Here's the little Gengar. I don't know if you want this. He's a common card, though. Here's... Ah! That's the alt-art of the main character from the set. Look at that. The Zygarde. Mega Zygarde. Wow. Remember, this was supposed to be a gym break. Somebody was supposed to pull this from a box that only cost them 34 bucks. That's so crazy. All right. I got you guys the good stuff. Okay. I think people are bidding on them in hopes the card will be a 10. Here's a hollow. Now feed it to me. Here's a cold one. Oops. All right. Scooby-Doo. We've got one of these. Ah, ooh. Whatever this guy is. Chinchino, Minchino, Mamachino, Papachino. Probably Papachinos. Here's Raul. Rowlet. Real name Raul. Here's the Psychic Eyeball. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, baby. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. How's the Zygarde only $35 raw? That's a good question. All right. $35, huh? That is a good question. When can we buy raw cards off the site? You can make it like eBay. That's a great question. I don't know if I'm going to go for that. Raw cards off the website, huh? I think the problem with that is I would have to create a listing, and then I'd have to remove the listing, and then I have to create the listing. Like, I don't even do that for slabs yet. Ooh, look at you, man. I think you mentioned to donate the hollows. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. You know why you pulled so well? It's because you donated the hollows, bro. You're getting bonus hits from the Poke Gods for your generosity. And that's superstition, but it is kind of funny. I think the last 2 times people donated hollows, they ended up with the good pull. Pure luck, of course. Now, let's try this celebrations pack. Now, these are some hollows you won't want to donate. These are pretty valuable. All right. Finish the Sylveon. Sylveon is 1 deep. We need 4 more people in there. It's a pretty good slap break. Graded 10. Beautiful looking card. Here it is. In my opinion, it's pretty cheap relative to the price of the ungraded version of the card. It's from the year 2021, by the way. Is that old enough for you guys? When do you want to do a pack split on or a slab break on this when it costs $400? That's not a good idea. Do it when it's half that price. It is. All right. Now, Ho-Oh, Lugia, Rocket Zapdos, you got a lucky round, bro. Look at this guy. He's got Ho-Oh. He's got Frugia. Three. Look at that Lugia. Mark, you're having a good day right now. Here's Zapdos. And then here's the Mew. He just got all of the good hollows and an actual gradable hit pull, too. Damn, bro. He got all that in 160. Mark, you realize if these all graded 10, you'd make like probably like $500 right here, maybe more. And then it just depends on if they can grade 10, though. And then you got this cool guy, and you could probably grade these two if you wanted. All good stuff. Mr. Mark. Every slab should be listed on the site so we can buy them when we want. Yeah. But that would take like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And then what do I do if a bunch of those slabs need a price update? Well, then I'd have to go through the website and constantly update their price. Because if I didn't, they would have the wrong price, whether they're too high or whether they're too low. You know, it's kind of like asking vendors at a Collecticon, why don't they just list all their slabs on a website? Well, because they're at Collecticon selling them live. So the prices move really rapidly. And, you know, you could have 100, 200 slabs listed, I guess, if you really wanted to. But if I was really going to do that, I'd put them up on eBay because eBay will get them sold fast. Here's a theme. 3 Hollow Live Curious, 1 Ascended Heroes. Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3. And an Ascended Heroes. Have a team. Yeah. We are snipping this. Harder than you think, man. I used to pay a guy to list things on eBay. And as it turned out, even when they're not paid a lot to list it on eBay, it all kind of adds up. So it is a lot. But then also, how are they getting the pictures? Are they coming into my home and picturing everything? No, I'm taking a picture. So I'm already doing part of the work. Here's Togedemaru. It's trickier than you think. And also, here's the other problem. Where is the need to do this? It turns out I'm selling through most of my slabs without posting them to the website. So I'm not having a problem selling through them. I'm having the opposite problem. I'm actually running out too fast. There it is. Ooh, that's a full art chibi card. And here's a hollow. And here's this girl. There we are. All right, look at that. I think what we do these days is we curate breaks. That's our main business, curated breaks. All right. Should hire someone, Law. I did. Her name's Alexis. Hey, Alexis, you want to help me with this thing? Well, you know. All right. I got extra hours for you. Well, you know. All right. I need to go hire some guy with no life. The only thing he does is Pokemon cards. Toss these in here. Thank you, Mr. Thin. All right. She does a pretty good job on the shipping, though. I'm also never concerned that she might steal from me. You know why? Because she ain't collecting these at all. So she doesn't even know. She's like, what's a Nido King? I'm like, whew. So there's a little bit of a benefit to that. I'm going to see an accountant tomorrow to start a rip and ship. What questions should I ask when seeing an accountant? Wait, so you haven't started the rip and ship, but you're trying to talk to an accountant now? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know. They're just an accountant. They're just going to be like, give us all your sales and that's it. We are. Oh, there we go. So these are coming down, going into the Practice Slabs channel. The pricey slabs have been fully rotated. We're ready to start rotating. I guess we're ready to rotate the A box again. So what we should do is duplicate the all slabs channel. Get duplicate on this. I'll put it back up here. Okay. So we'll call this, oops, all slabs channel new. We did a good job here because we're entering a new month. All right, we'll just call that one new. That's good enough. Send for 2 pre-grades. 2 chromes, Lord of the Rings. Rip away. I can't hear you well. My volume is super low. Baby sleeping. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. Next up, we have an order for Joseph Joya. Hey, what's up, Joseph Joya? 2 packs of Lord of the Rings. Oh, that's what he was just talking about. Oh, right. You got it. 2 Lord of the Wings. Let's see. Here they are. These are a little bit pricey, and he's ordered 2 of them. I remember back when we first got these, and they were real cheap. They were like 20 or 25 bucks a piece, but they've gotten steadily more expensive. All right. He's in bed next to us. Mister, you joining me and 6 on Femboy Friday? Which one of you is the femboy? 6 or you? Snipping this. All right. There you go. Tossing this. All of us? Well, I don't know about that. Ooh. Sticking a little bit, as top cards are capable of doing. Okay, make sure those are good. And now, pack number 2. We're all femboys now, says Mr. Marius. Yeah, pretty cool. All right. All right, good. Set that there. Grab a couple of these. All right, be prepared to be amazed, everybody. We've got the king and his queen. Oh. They could never make this content now. Look how many white people are in this scene. They're all white. The main character's white, and he's marrying a white girl. They could never make that again. This was made back in 2004. That was a long time ago, guys. Different time period for us. Here's Gandalf. Very good. He's all like, brr. Here's Gollum. Ooh, look at that Gollum. All right. Just different quality in the 2000s. Different rules back then. Here's this guy. Ugh. You know, it's funny. Even he looks kind of white. He looks kind of like, I don't know, like somebody you'd run into in a back alley in the UK, and he's like, "Oh, Bev, you got any spare change?" He wants a pint. Here's the rings for men, all white dudes, pretty white. Here's Gandalf and his homeboys. Yeah, they're not gonna make those movies or TV shows like that ever again, I don't think. Here's Boromir. Ooh. One Asian, one black guy, one gay. I bought a master. Yeah, I bought a Master Chief sketch art set for around 600. It was sitting nice in the collection, but found a buyer for 1600. Kind of missed it, but it's part of the game. You gave up a sketch card. Should have kept it. We are. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I have that feeling a lot as a card shop is I'm always selling something. Then I sell it and then later it does really well. And I go, why did I sell that? But it's like, well, because you're a card shop. So you have to have something for sale. Here's Legolas. And here's Glandalf. All right, there we have it. Mr. Joseph Joya, thank you so much, man. Hope you enjoy those 2 packs. They look pretty good, if you ask me. They appeared at first to be sticky, but where's the stickiness? So those Chrome cards do really well. I like this one a lot. Look at that one. Wow. It's so, like, the quality is insane. This is pretty nice, too, actually. You pulled this one right off the bat. That one's pretty nice. So, Mr. Joseph, let's go find your bag. I hate this soundtrack. Skip. All right. Leaves me feeling deflated. Joseph Giron, Josh Perea. Is this Mr. Joya? Let's see. Ah, here we are. Joseph Joya. Your bag's getting pretty old. What times is it? It's 4/20/26. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in here. I guess I'll mention you were last here on 4/26, but you ought to consider getting this shipped out, okay? It's getting pretty old. I don't want to reclaim this one. It's real expensive. Okay, so lots of stuff here. That's you, right? Yep, Joya. I remember when I first met you, I didn't know how to say your last name. You had to tell me. Very good. Here we have Geodude Tops, Metapoo. This is a Bulbasaur we found the other day. Here's a nice Tora Karuta Ponyta. And here is a Giratina. So nice. So I believe we're done with that. Hey, you live nearby. Wait, where's this? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that right? All right. All right. I'm gonna close that. Very good. Yeah, I'm in Lake of the Ozarks, man. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. I have too many things in Pokemon that best friends have given that I can't sell. What? You can sell things your friends gave you. 8 Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity, 1 Poke Shuffle, Alex Silva. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Listen, man, if they didn't put their signature on it and they didn't hand draw it, all's fair in love and Pokemon gifts for 1 Poke Shuffle for Alex Silva. Hey, how's it going tonight, Mr. Alex Silva? Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now is aids, is more explaining the effects of a card than playing anything. Game ends within 1 to 2 turns. For 20 minutes of explaining makes me sick. That sucks, man. 1 Poke Shuffle. Let's see what we're doing here. Boop. 1 Pineco. All right. So the 1 spot snipe has not been landing in the Poke Shuffle box for a couple turns now. I've seen a couple people try that. It was things from their childhood. It has stickers and dirt. Oh, okay. That's a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Meow, 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 meow. We have an awful lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V. I bought plenty of it. What we got? What we got? What we got? What we got? Some of these. If there's any of the hollows you don't actually want, just let me know, okay? Here's Winged Dragon of Raw. I recognize some of these. We Platinum Gadget. We've been opening these for a while, you know. He's a certain art style with the card. I don't know if that's valuable at all, but it's kind of cool. Currently playing the new Diablo 4 expansion after a hard day of work. Need some packs. Nice. There we go. And I still have all my bags you wrote my name on. What? Here's a Dracotail Femina. Femina. Here's Dark Magician Girl. Ooh, cute. Is that a furry? Stake your soul. Here's Urgent Schedule. Schedule. Whoa. Here's Psi Reflector. Whoa. Okay, we got a little Psi Reflector going on there. Okay. That's it, guys. I'm going full blown into Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to learn every rule. I'm going to go to the tournaments. Sprite Jet. Okay. And oh, why does this almost have like an extra border around it? Mystical Space Typhoon. It's got like an extra border. Weird because the other ones don't do that. Huh. Dragon Mind. All right. I don't know how to identify rare cards in these. But thank you, Mr. Alex Silva, for going deep on these packs. We got quite a lot more of them. Ooh, why does this look so distinctive? You're going to get a headache trying to figure out Synchro Summon, XYZ Summon, and Pendulum Summon. We are. Now, I'm going to win in like 1 to 2 turns. You don't even know. All right, that's for you, Alex. Let's see. Hmm. Ah, all right. Vintage Blue Eyes is dope. Already read that. He's a dope? How dare you? Mark J. Valerian, can I get 2 pre-grades for the Celebration Mew and Rocket Zapdos? Yes. Okay. Pulling out this. Ghost Rare Blue Eyes is dope. Any court trials you keeping up with, Mr.? I've been following the poor little girl Athena case where the FedEx driver killed her. Oh, I heard about that. He claimed she was already dead, right? But the prosecutors are like, nah, bro, you kidnapped her, did bad things to her, and then killed her. Whoa, you got some great cards in here, Mark. Little Gengar, little Haunter, that's good. Now you want to know more about those celebrations, huh? We got a Mew, got a Zapdos, got a Rugia, got a Ho-Oh. All right. This is one pricey pack. Good job on the likes so far, guys. We're already at 29 likes. So, this guy won't pass. He's already got issues like, but he also has a white edge, white corner. Here's Lugia. Nah, he's not going to pass. Cutting issues, white dots. That's too bad, isn't that? It's too bad. Here's the Mew. The Mew has centering issues. Yeah, he's worse than the other two. Okay, so we can dismiss those. How about this Rocket Zapdos? Well, he's got a centering issue on the back of the card. Does it show up on the front? Yeah, it does show up on the front a little bit. I'd still give this a shot with PSA, but not with tag. I'd give this a 9.5. Would I test out a 9.5? Yes. Yes, I would. So if I give a card a 9.5, it means you should grade it, but don't be surprised if it gets a 9. All right. There's your celebrations pack pre-graded. Luckily the Rocket Zapdos looks like he might get a 10 with PSA if they don't mind his centering issue. All right. Can't look at FedEx trucks the same way. Well, it's not FedEx. FedEx didn't do it. You know, FedEx has a lot of hardworking, honorable men who would never do such a thing. They got children of their own. It's just that one nasty guy. And he could have worked for FedEx. He could have worked for Pizza Hut. He could have worked for anybody. Just one nasty guy. So, what can you do about it? Yep. That's why jails exist. Got to do something about it. All right. All right. Just remind you, humans are predators. We are. We are. Trust no one. I'm that low trust guy. Trust nobody. Let's start moving these over. So I start rotating the slab boxes now. Okay. I trust rats. Ah, rats. Yeah, but if rats were like the size of a human 6, they'd probably eat you. They'd probably gobble you up. They'd be like, think about it. Imagine a rat so large it was the same size as a human. You'd be like a tasty treat to them. They'd be like, I'm an omnivore. You'd be a little tasty treat. They'd be like, ooh, look at this tasty treat. You're just way bigger than them, so they can't do that. That's true for most animals. We are. They'd be like doggies. Now, see, even doggies aren't the size of humans, though, right? Bears are the size of humans, and we don't mess with bears. We say, you know what? Let's not own any bears. I want to own a bear. Your local police officer and animal control will be like, no, you're not. You're not going to own a bear. Bears can do whatever the F they want. Now, imagine bears were the size of kittens. then everyone would own a bear. I got a bear. If bears were the size of cats, everyone would own one. Then they'd nip at your ankle and you'd be like, you silly bear. All right. Putting this here. Okay. Rats aren't mean, though. Yeah? That's a really good that's a really good opinion. They are. All animals are mean. Even humans are mean. Yeah. Humans are mean. And we're consciously aware of each other. What does that tell you? Okay. Making my own build through the campaign. Ooh. What's that? Boop. All right. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Mark. Next order is Mr. Stefan. Can I get one spot in the Bubble Mew and a Yu-Gi-Oh! V? Yes, sir. Set this here. Ooh. Good. Mm-hmm. Roaring Skies. Oh, taking a second spot, are we? How many packs in the box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Already? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't remember. Might be like 24 or something. Let me have a sip. No searching questions, Alex. He can ask that. I think you're just being silly, right? You can always ask how many packs are in a box because that's just public information. Now, if he was asking how many packs left in the current box, that's a different question. There's 13 out of 30. Good. Thank you, Mr. Stefan. One Yu-Gi-Oh! V. Good luck. We all know Miss Jen is going to take the overframe. She's going to pop up out of nowhere and be like, I'll take that over. That overframe. Bubble Mew going to burst when it hits 20. Hell yeah, dude. I hope so. Well, look at this. You got these two cards and they're both textured. So you got, well, this one's not textured. This one has that. And this one is the textured one. Kashtira Unicorn? Ooh, Kashtira. All right, all right. Mr. Stefan, let's go find you. Uh-huh. Ooh. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Stefan, for the order. Bubble Muse at 13 out of 30. Hathim, 2 Nikkei Precious, 2 Hololive Curious, 1 Ascended Heroes. Okay, we got 1, 2. Let's see, 2 Nikkei Precious. And 1 Ascended Heroes. Ah. What we got? We got Kuromi. We got Tawani Tao. Here's Dodowo. Dust School. And Professor Oak. Why? I am coughing a lot. I'm like holding back the urge real bad. No one's joining the Sylveon. Yeah, sometimes it takes a minute. Here's what's to think about, Six. Today's Wednesday, right? Well, Thursday and Friday are the big days. People start to get paid on those days. So I would expect it to go off pretty rapidly at that point. Sometimes it takes a little patience. All right. I feel violated. Now, what do we got? Holographic pink hair girl. Oh, that looks cool. What is this? This is an SR. Cool. And here's a holo. Mr. Hathim. Hololive Curious. You know what we sold a lot of this week? We sold a lot of solo leveling this week. Wow. But it's not a surprise. Our price on solo leveling literally beats eBay. Our price is better than eBay. How do you do that? Ooh, you only do that one way. You're a motivated seller. Ooh, look at that. Sexy mama. We have a new case of Inferno X Korean on the way finally. So that's coming in. Today we just did what? A big restock on vintage. Went real deep on a vintage restock. So here's Vanillite and Rayquaza. Rayquaza pop. That's only 2 cards. Are you supposed to get 3? Ah, here it is. Urbane. All right. Ooh. And Vanillite. I like the Rayquaza. I think if he graded 10, he would do well. All right. Very nice. Mamma mia. Mwah. Thank you, Thim. Let's go grab your bag. Tonight's night brought to you by Mr. Thim. Okay. Thim, what kind of card set do you want to see added to the channel? Tossing this up here. All right. Let's see. We got these beautiful but pricey cards here. I'm scared to go against 6 in the breaks. Always beats me. Here it is. 6 has had tough luck before. It's it's anyone's game. There's no monopoly on winning. But if you see Sarah Dusenberry, start running. No, I'm just kidding. Start running in the opposite direction. She's been pretty lucky, man. I don't know how she gets so lucky. All right. I want sports hobby boxes. No, you don't. You're teasing me. Good. That's the end of the PayPal queue, except it looks like we have a new one. But first, we have an order over here on the website. All right. And it is, ta-da, Joseph Joya. We already did it. Oh, that's strange. Maybe it hasn't showed up yet. Oh, no, that is the Joseph Joya order. Oh, okay. So that has already been done. We'll delete that real fast. All right. And we're going to hit refresh over here. As long as I don't get banished to the Shadow Realm. You, sir, are banished. Here's Mr. Marius. 10 Pokey Shuffles, hopefully not cold. Ooh, you never know. All right, you ready? We got a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Good luck in there. Oh, you got the Card Wars box. Well, that is not rerollable. It's an expensive item, though. Here it is. All right. Look at that. So Mr. Team Rocket Grunt pulled this, and now you have pulled it. He sold it back to me. You can have me ship this to you sealed. That's probably what I recommend. It's a very nice box sealed. If you open it up, the cards inside are the actual Card Wars cards. So, like, for playing the game Card Wars. So, now, what if you don't like Adventure Time? What you could do, you could contact me in Discord and offer me a purchase back price. Ooh, how much would you buy it for? Heck. Yeah, so not a lot, because I already didn't buy it for very much from Team Rocket Grunt, and it already went into the Pokey Shuffles for not very much either. So you can contact me in Discord if you'd like to sell it back, okay? Maybe it'd be like one of those things that goes down in price over time, similar to other slabs. There must be a price where somebody just says, yep, ship it in. You are? I could just sell this on eBay, you know, like you could list this on eBay. You could have me sell this, ship this to you home, and you list it on eBay for full price. I think it's like, yeah, I think it's like 200 or 160 on eBay. So you could have me ship it home to you, and you could list it up there, and then it's your issue, not mine. Or you can sell it back to me for a pretty low price, and I'm gonna stuff it back into the Pokey Shuffles. Damn, I would have kept that. Try to sell it to Alex for 60 bucks. Maybe Alex will buy it. I think it would be more expensive for me to import it here than to try to sell it to you. Oh, okay. So you're an international. So yeah, make me an offer on Discord or something, and I'll respond to it. Mr. Team Rocket Grunt sold it back pretty cheap, and then I stuffed it in the Pokey Shuffles because it was so cheap. I was able to fit it in there, and now you just pulled it, and so you can sell it back to me too. But again, I'm not going to accept a lot for it. No money went to bills this week. Alex, you're supposed to be made out of money. Ah, such a good box. Yeah, if you would like to sell it back, maybe we would be able to find a buyer for it or something. I don't know. Or you can try to sell it. Oh no, you don't want to. Maybe you could have me consign it. You want me to consign it for like? Well, then you would lose 25% on it. Maybe you could have me consign it for like 80 bucks or something like that. I don't know. The cardboard box is turning into a hot potato. I didn't know this was in there. Yeah, it was. A whole booster box of cards was in there. Pretty cool, huh? Send me a message, Mr. Marius. Let's talk about it. I think you're in Discord, right? If you're not in Discord, just send me an email. Email will work too, okay? All right. I'll set this. Let's get this a new sticker and put your name on it. All right. Mr. Marius, if you're wanting to sell it to Mr. Tonka, you will have to have me ship it home to you, and then you can sell it to him, okay? Which is fine with me, but here we are. That's the rules on that. So if you want to sell it directly to him, you can do that, but I got to ship it home to you first. And then you guys can have all the fun in the world. This? All right. Now, I'm going to place this over here. Very good. And Mr. Athim is next with a round of 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity. You got it, man. Ooh, do we have 5 Yu-Gi-Ohs? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Can you please put a Japanese booster box in the Poke Shuffles? It probably could fit like a Nihil Zero or something like. No, a Future Flash would definitely fit. Yeah, we could put a Future Flash in there. I think that would be pretty interesting. Maybe it would be like open only or something like that. Do you know it would definitely fit? Like 10 booster packs would definitely fit. So you could say like 10 boosters of blah blah blah. But you know, there's not really a reason to do that. Like the reason why that's not a very good idea is because you can just go buy a box of Pokemon or 10 booster packs of Pokemon. And we do host breaks. Like, here's an ongoing break that you guys could join. Here is a gym break of Scarlet for $30. And so you don't have to wait for it to be in the Poke Shuffles. It's here now. And that's exactly what would go in the Poke Shuffles is something like that, something funny like that. What do we have here? Spirit Jet. Ooh. Here's M City Glory of Horus. Oh. Hey, what's up, Mr. Kamix? Okay. All right. Hey, what's up, Mr. LaFlame? Super Quantum Blue Layer. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Here's Magical Cylinder, Stake Your Soul. If you guys ever don't want these hollows over here, or you know which ones are junk, let me know. I would be happy to take some junk Yu-Gi-Oh! Hollows off your hands if you ever don't want them. All right, let's see. You'll split that in half. Very good. So weird. I can't look at your description. YouTube has been so weird lately. Really? There we go. I flamed her. What? What are you saying? Okay. All right. Bubble Muse up to 13 out of 30 now. He's making a little progress. Okay, let's go start a fresh bag for Mr. Thim. Thim, that's a fresh bag because your other bag's pretty full. This is the last day to make it into the second chance slab break. You can only get in there by having a very unlucky round. Wonder who's going to pull it. That used to be the bounty, you know. That used to be the bounty. And instead, we turn into the second chance bounty. That's because I feel like handing out a bounty to somebody who's already doing well seems kind of goofy, doesn't it? It's kind of like they don't need the extra help. They're already doing well. That's the whole point. And so I like what we're doing instead of that. We're giving out a bonus card to people who actually did very poorly. A lot of these old maids, huh? I think it's time to slow down on the grading of the old maids. We don't need any more. We got a lot of old maids. Mark J. Valerian, no hollows, another box, a nihil zero, and PSA grading for the Rocket Zapdos. Ooh. All right, let me go get, where am I keeping it? Let me go get a box of nihil zero. I'll be right back. Oh, is this it? Found it. All right. It was in the room. It was in the room. Good. Oh, look at all that. One whole boosty box. All right. Good. Tried sending DM, but could not be delivered. Is it because you need to friend me first? Try friending me. Here's a pending friend order. Are you Marmar? Yeah, you are. Okay. So there you go. Try sending it again, okay? Should be good now. Oops. There we go. Let's snip this. That's right. So basically, I just need to make you an offer on that box, don't I? It's not going to be a very good offer, but that's because I already put it in that box for not very much. All right. Let's snip it. Okay. And we're going to snip this. All right. And we're going to snip this one. And we're going to snip this one. Tippity type, tippity type, tippity type, tippity type. Sent for 50 Yu-Gi-Ohs. Oh, you're going to trigger a price check. You know, I haven't looked at it since it first came out. I'm curious how it's performing now. We are. We've actually sold a good amount of them. The Yu-Gi-Ohs have been popular. Here we go. It's 93 degrees Fahrenheit where I'm at. Tell me where you're at, lone video game person. You got to be in a southern state like Texas or Florida for that, right? Today it felt like a perfect 65 outside. Very beautiful. I went for a walk in the park. Mister, do you own any of the old school Japanese CD promo cards? No, I never really got into those because I felt like they were too there were too many of them. Too many of them. All right, what we got? Here's Meowth. Ooh. Here's wow, you're just doing really well on this. Look, he pulled the Mega Zygarde again. Easy Mega Zygardes. Here's a little Dugong. Here's a little Gengar. Cute. It reached a whopping 43 degrees in here in Michigan. Now, Michigan's in the north, right? Are you saying I'm poor? Says Mr. Alex Silva. Who's saying you're poor? I didn't say it. The Philippines. Oh, yeah. Philippines would have very different weather. All right. Here's this. The Philippines, 93 degrees. That's hot. That's swimming in the ocean is kind of hot. Oh, Purple Pass. I think it was 40 when I left the house. Okay. Missouri has had some gorgeous weather lately. Also had some pretty bad hailstorms. I think I read there's been 50 tornadoes in Missouri this year so far, but none of them have been in an important populated place. We have the hottest summers here. Yeah, I believe you. We are. All right. All right. Ha ha. You've got Petty. You've got the awful tower. Okay. Hey, look, mister, that purple passes you. Hey. Here we are. Here we are. Nah, my mustache isn't that good. You've seen my mustache now, right? Did you watch that video I posted? Who didn't watch that video I posted? I posted a 40-minute long video of me talking. Eradicate. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Eradicate. Here's a little Snorlax, little Gengar. Boop. Here's a little Serperior. Oh, look at that Dedenne. Cute, man. You want that Eradicate 6? All right, there's the Dedenne. All right. Here's a cool one. Okay, here's a cold one. Mm-hmm. 6 does yes. Yes, I'll take it. 6. You shouldn't have. Here's Eveltal. Hey, how's it going, Miss Sarah? We're almost at 40 likes. Sarah, you know, guys, she's the one hosting the giveaway. It's a whole booster box. And of 151 surprise, she giving away a whole booster box for her birthday. You guys ought to smash that like button so we can hand that out now. All right, there we go. Very nice. Now, I believe I believe you said no hollows. Thank you for the hollow donation. Appreciate it. All right. I believe I'm gonna put you on this box for those donations. Here you go. Box. Number 8, Mr. Mark. Appreciate it, Mark. So Mark just made it on there because he was doing hollow donations. Let's go grab your bag. Mr. Marius is thinking about that trade. You still there, Mr. Marius? It's a nice little box of Card Wars. You could just have me ship it home to you. I got no problem with that. It's a nice little box. We are. 6 wants to eradicate. Sounds good. Place that there. And then grab this here. Mark, you probably have enough EXs to trade in toward that Deoxys. Let's see. Here's the eradicate. Okay. Okay. Say you will ship it free. Get it gone. What, the box? No, I'm not shipping that for free. I would ship it free in the US maybe, but international, just a regular ship. We are. International shipping is sadly a little pricey. All right, good luck. I hope this does get a 10. We got a fantastic looking PSA submission. Yeah, the PSA submission's looking pretty good. Excited to get that out for you guys. End of April, we're ready to get that submission done. Okay. Very nice. Ooh. Set that over there. Now, we need 6's bag. Miss 6, this rat is a donation from Mark. I guess I'll say that on the card real fast. From Mark. All right, so it says from Mark. From Sugar Daddy Mark. There. Mark's pretty generous, huh? Thanks, Mark. All right. Zip. Oh, Mr. Marmar says, I'll take the trade. I think the import alone will be around that with the other stuff I have. We are. Well, you know, when it comes to import declarations, we always try to help you with the declarations. So we'll try to keep that low for you. So, Mr. Marius, here's what's going on with that box, guys. So, Mr. Marius is going to sell it back to me. And he's going to get a $60 store credit. Now, the box shall go up for sale for $80. It's pretty much the same thing as a consignment sale, except he got me to be the buyer. I'm the buyer on the consignment sale. So we shall offer this for $80. Now, if nobody scoops this up, I'm just going to stuff it back into the Poke Shuffles. Here it is, Card Wars for $80. That's a better price than eBay. So if you're interested, just let me know. And Mr. Marius, you started with 50, now you got 60. So you're ahead. Nothing really lost, actually. It's almost like you did it's kind of like you did a re-roll, except your re-roll is store credit. So you can do anything with that now. All right, so that's all good. I think everybody's happy. Norway is very rude with their import, are they? Ooh, it's scary. Good to know that. Hey, you know what? I found out I'm like 4% Norwegian. Does that make us relatives? Wait, was it 4% or was it like a larger percentage? I can't remember. It's really funny because we have a guy in here who he's Norwegian and he's always we were like having these arguments, oh, Norway versus da 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 versus USA. Oh, Norway's so much better. And then I did my DNA test and it turned out I had like 1% Norwegian. But I think it updated recently. Isn't it like more now? Hold on, let me look. Look at this funny. Look at this. Norway 6%, Denmark 5%. See, we're relatives now. All right, we're distant cousins. We have a 15th cousin or something like that, whatever the term is. Boxes have been passed around. Watch it have the top pull in it. The cards must have no value. No, Card Wars has value. It's just it's a bit of a niche product. It's for people who really like Adventure Time. All right, so Mr. Michael Ibarra is next. He says 10 Pokey Shuffles. Michael Ibarra. Good luck, Michael. Thanks, Michael. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's me, John Paul Geraldo. Oh, it's you, it's John Paul Geraldo. That's so weird. Your name must have changed, your YouTube name. I think it was Rakusagai or something at one point, wasn't it? And I think you had like a Lugia thumbnail. Oh, my eyes itchy. YouTube keeps changing names and stuff. Here we are. Oh, 9 of Clubs Golduck. I think we just added that. Let's go grab your 9 of Clubs Golduck. So that's a poker card, and it's actually a really good card, but it's graded 9.5 because once upon a time, a long time ago, PSA did not grade poker cards. They didn't. So I had to grade them with other companies. So I graded a whole bunch of them with Beckett, and Beckett just gave them all 9.5s as if they didn't know what to do with them. Now, after that point, I successfully regraded a bunch of these into 10s. So yes, these will turn into 10s if you choose to regrade them. I'm not going to bother with this one. It's just a side hook, but look at it. Centering looks fantastic. This come right out of a fresh packet of poker cards, no dots, no gray. Looks good. I just spent over $1,000 acquiring a fresh deck of poker cards. Did you guys know that? So that was a recent purchase today. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Right here. Check that out. Right here. $1,131. Holy man. What are we thinking here, Michael Ibarra? Is this a re-roll or a keep? 1996 blue poker set Golduck. The truth is, if he regrades into a 10, and he probably will, he's probably worth more like 150. So that's what you have to think about here. Can I reroll? Yes, sir. All right, reroll time. So we'll set this one down to $45. Yeah, if this re-rolls into a 10, and I'm like 99% sure that it will, it becomes a much more expensive card. But who wants to work on that? Not me. I don't got time for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he goes back in, and you're going to get a total of 9 cards in the reroll. Good luck in there. The reroll is a part of the fun of the box. That's why people have been enjoying it so much. All right, good luck. That name is so OG. 1, 2, 3. It's an older name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it sucks, Michael. I'm so sorry, Michael. Michael, if you go again and it's still cold, you'll make it into that second chance break. That's rough, man. That re-rolled into a bad round. That sucks. We have an order from. Ouch. Yeah, that was an ouchie. We're jumping over it. Oops. We're jumping over here and hitting refresh. Ah, good game. Yeah, that sucks, man. You know, it's crazy sometimes, Mr. Weed Love and Weave. You like weed? We got a special weed break over here, by the way, guys. So this break is still running. The first oddish finished. This is the second oddish. Hidden Legends Yuki Mori oddish from 2004. So it's a vintage card, graded 10. It's a 1 in 9. It's got my signature and the date on it. We just got a new cannabis depot like 2 minutes from our house. We could get weed all day long if we wanted out here. We are so close to a weed depot now. It's like faster to us than half of the fast foods out here. We are. Weed must be very popular. Rafael Gonzalez, 10 Pokey Shuffles. He's next. Good luck in there. All right. I'll use my store credit on a spot in the Sylveon and the rest on Pokey Shuffles, if that's okay. Yeah, absolutely. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good luck, Mr. Raphael. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, get that extra spot when you buy 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. We were on Metagross T10. That's a good one. I like the Metagross. He's a cool artwork. Metagross. I like it. He's cool looking. Where is he? Here he is. Oh, nice. He's actually $55. Wow. Get some Oddish Mister Trust right by the lake on a nice day. You know, I've ended up not really liking weed. I've smoked a little bit of it. I've smoked a ton of it. I've tried it in smaller and large amounts as well. And it's like, it's okay, but it didn't really leave a really strong impression on me. Ooh. What are we thinking here, Mr. Raphael? Mr. Marius, you're next. I think Karis liked it more than I do, but she doesn't ever like, oh, I want to smoke some weed or something like. She never does anything like that. Actually, we were talking about that today with her. Karis has this thing I noticed where she has like zero addictions at all, and it's almost kind of weird. It's almost like she has like no dopamine in a way, like she's not trying to shop, she's not trying to eat, she's not trying to drink, she's not trying to smoke. She's got 0 addictions, and that sounds really nice. But, on the flip side, she's kind of an anxious person with a little bit of depression too, and I'm like, "Well, yeah, because you don't do anything." Rafael Gonzalez. I wonder, how that works in the brain to be somebody who doesn't crave anything ever. You're inhaling it wrong. What? You have the gummies? I've had weed once when I was 12 and once for 13 years. Oh, my eyes so itchy. Mr. Raphael. All right, so I don't know if he's here. So, if you're not sure if you want to keep it or not, what I end up doing is I just assume you want to keep it. That's how we handle it. Yeah, he might not be here anymore. So we'll go ahead and pop this in here like this and just say Raphael Gonzalez. All right, good. So we are beginning the rotation of the A box. So you're gonna see some slabs coming back up here that you might have seen before, like this coughing. Look at these cute old maid slabs. We got too many of them. Ooh, this one's pristine. Ooh, it's a high pristine 993. Nice. Here we are. All right. Good. So, Mr. Marius is next. He's going into the Sylveon. Sylveon's going to be 2 out of 5 now, guys. There it is. 2 out of 5. And he wants 2 Poke Shuffles. Oops. Come back here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There they are. 2 cold ones. I think I'm going to open a Wells Fargo account tomorrow. Yeah? Why Wells Fargo in particular? Do they have something that you like? All right, so that's 2 cold Poke Shuffles. All right. Now, wait a second. That should only be $50. Did you say you wanted? Oh, the rest on Poke Shuffles. You need 2 more. All right, we need to get you 2 more. Here you go. You ready? 2 more for him. 1 and oops. 2. Oh yes. Woof. That duck trio is a good pull. All right, so you actually had 4 Poke Shuffles, not 2. You had 4, and then $40. So there you go. So the duck trio is going to be a great pull. Looks like selling back the Card Wars box did pretty good for you. Can we send you a card to grade? No, you can send me cards to grade. You can do that all day. I don't mind. People do that. They send in cards and then I send them off to grade. Especially people like to do that with tag grading because our price is pretty fair. We are. Sometimes what people do is they send in a bunch of cards and they pay me to pre-grade them. Then they send them off to grade because they know I'm pretty skilled with pre-grading. All right, look at that. You end up with a $60 pull out of there. Now you can choose to keep it or you can choose to re-roll it. I fly United in my town, so Wells Fargo has all the United credit cards. I'll send Mr. a cake in the shape of a Pokemon card. Bro, the Comin one? What is this Comin? This isn't Comin. Can we see the current lineup for PSA grading? You mean like what other people have sent in? I mean, I have a pile here, but there's probably a pile in the other room too. I can lift it. All right. Sorry, I'm super late. I'll keep the slab. All right, sounds good. Here's look at that. That's nice. Tyler. Hot Camacho's got this TCC grading. We got to get that done. Clean smudge. Ooh, I got to send these in. These will go to PSA. Celebrations, UPC. Brett Love. Oh, wow, that looks great. Here's a Mimikyu. These are some of mine. I'm sending these out. Blue Eyes, White Dragon. Alex Silva, look at that. Bart's. Nathan Norman. Wow. Okay, some Nathan Norman cards. I think I bought this from Tammy. She got immediately paid out on it. Jeff, Jaded. Look at that. William Wafter. Some good stuff. Philip Ordinato. Jonathan Lewandowski. Wow. Now that one's going to get not a 10. Tyler Davis sending out this Pikachu. Cool. Amazing. Yeah, pretty good stuff, actually. I've thought about making shorts where we show off the submissions beforehand. But you know what? It's like a lot of work. Did he say if he wanted this? He didn't say if he wanted it. So it's Mr. Marius. All right, Mr. Marius. I'll just write his name on the back. He did. Sorry, mister. I'm here now. Oh, yeah. So here's what you pulled. I had to call it work. Da-da! You pulled Dark Doug Trio 10, $60. It's like Dark Doug Trio, but it's Team Rocket's Doug Trio. Little Giovanni there. Look at that. Can I still re-roll it? Yes, absolutely. You can re-roll this. Grab this. You did pretty good, huh? Think about it. You sold back the Card Wars for $60, right? Then you got a spot in the Sylveon, and you just go on to pull a $60 card anyways. So your luck's with you tonight, Mr. Marius. All right. Can I still re-roll it? He wants to re-roll it. Let's go grab the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12. Okay, putting this in here. Your re-roll will not be for 12. It will be for 10 because this will drop down to 50. Okay. Oops. So this will be 50 now. You almost constantly have to send into PSA, so you always have them coming back to you. Yeah, something like that. That's scary too, you know, because you're actually signing up to pay a lot of PSA submissions off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, and yeah, there's no extra because this is a reroll. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, the Mufasa's good. You're actually having a pretty good round here, Mr. Marius. Toxtricity and Mufasa. So you've just re-rolled into an even bigger number. I don't know what the Toxtricity is, but I know the Mufasa is kind of expensive. Oh, the Toxtricity is going to be pricey. 75 and Mufasa is 50. So you've re-rolled. Now, if you go off of their value, you've re-rolled into 175. But if you go off of these two numbers, it's more like 125. So what do we want to do now? Look at this guy. Can I change the Umbreon for PSA grading with my store credit and keep the rest of the store credit as a tip? Hold on. Let me see what you're saying. So can I change the Umbreon to PSA grading with my store credit? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we can change from tag to store credit. We can change from tag to PSA. That's what I meant to say. You have a store credit in here? Let's see. That's Mr. Comics saying that. Looking for that store credit. It must be in the box somewhere. Give me a second. Did you spend it yesterday? I'm trying to remember. Put this in here. Probably in the front of the box. Ah, here we are. Here we are. Found it. Place these to the side. All right. So you had $30. So we need 15 of that. So you have 15 left over. You don't have to tip me this. You can use it to do whatever you want with. There we go. All right. And then we'll adjust that Umbreon. Pretty easy to do that. Let's see. Here it is. Umbreon. And that's going to be a P. Danielson says he just sent for the shipping. All right, right. We talked about that. You got some evidence. What did Mr. Marius say? I'll keep them both. All right. Mr. Marius is going to keep these two. All right. You know, you mentioned 3 Poke Shuffles. You mentioned that you had have you ever had trouble with the import guys before? Should I be aware of them whenever we do ship your stuff? Have you ever had trouble with them? So here's a coughing for 34. Let's get him in there. I don't know how people can afford to grade cards through them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In he goes, coughing. This is going to say old M coughing T10. He's the rare card in the deck, and yet he's one of the cheapest pulls. Kind of funny. Guess that's because he's coughing. See how he's got red in the background? All right. They have been difficult with my recent eBay purchases. My previous shipments through you have gone very well. Ooh, okay, so it's important that you pointed that out to me. So you purchased stuff on eBay, and what happened? They did they argue with you that it was under declared, or was it more like they wanted you to pay for it? Yeah, that's a very important distinction. We want to know about this because we don't want to have any problems when we ship you. It's probably not an under declare issue because I don't think eBay allows you to under declare. A nice Kingdra. Under declared, so they wanted more import. Oh, that is dangerous. All right. So I'm gonna be real careful here. On these 2 cards, we're gonna say we're gonna mark this. He spent 20 on shuffles. We don't want to over declare these because you didn't pay the full price for these. I was gonna say part 1 of 2. He spent 20 part 2 of 2. So here's what I'm recommending, Mr. Marius. I'm recommending that you timestamp this stream. So I want you to timestamp this stream, save it in an email for yourself. And when these come in, if they tell you these are under declared, I want you to point out that you pulled them for $20 and show them the clip, okay? Because you should not have to pay the full price for these if you really only paid 20 bucks. Like, I don't know exactly how it works. You paid $20 for these. That's what you paid. You got very lucky. But I don't think that's, I don't know how it should work actually. Like, should it be declared off of their market value, which you did not pay, or should it be declared off of the actual purchase price, which is $20? Pretty sure it should be based off of $20. That's how we do it. That's what seems fairest to me, anyways. You only paid 20 for them. Why should you have to, you know, pay a big import fee? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you don't want to bother with it, if you're scared of the guys for under declared value, we can do full value, but yeah, that costs a lot, dude. It's interesting because you were talking about the Card Wars box, and it kind of triggered me thinking like he's very aware of import fees. And I was thinking immediately is like, have you dealt with the import guys before? Those guys suck, man. That's your government, by the way, taking all your money. They want all your money. They're like, did you buy something? You're gonna have to give us some of that. How silly is that? They're mad that you bought something from another country. I don't think that's right. I think all countries should get rid of that kind of stuff. Like, I get why they do it. They do it to protect their economy because they don't want like another country like outproducing goods or producing them cheaper with cheap labor and then just dumping a bunch of products into your country. But it's like it's Pokemon cards, man. It's not this isn't like steel dumping or something, right? I took a sip, Mark. I also sent for shipping on the website, first time shipping. So let me know if you need me to do anything more, says Randy. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate it. We'll take care of you, okay? But first, we're going to take care of Ruben Rodriguez, who ordered 3 Poke Shuffles with this store credit. He's going to go right now. All right, good luck in there, Ruben. They have been more wary of Pokemon stuff since it's been blowing up in value so much. They've been more aware of it, huh? They probably know to check your mail sometimes. So that's a little scary for you. Here we are. That sucks, man. Could I ask, how does it normally well, no, how did what type of shipping were you using when they caught it? Was it FedEx, DHL? Hey, that's Ruben. 3 cold ones, Ruben. That was fun. We have Hathim, 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V, and 1 Ascended Heroes. All right. 1 Ascended Heroes. Yeah, countries are becoming more sharp about Pokemon cards because they're worth a lot of money. Most declarations are based off fair market value. I think so, but we've had a problem with declarations with France one time, and you know what they did? They didn't ask for the fair market value. What they asked was for the receipt. They said, "Where's the receipt?" And so if you can show them the receipt and be like, "Well, I spent 20 on Poke Shuffles and it turned into these big things," I think that that's probably what they will accept. I think they'll be okay with that, but I'm not sure. I could ask AI actually. All right, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V. This is a fresh case now. Robots. Declarations really pisses me off. All right. It does. It pisses me off. Excuse me here. So, 24 packs. It says I should be selling them at $7.40. What do we sell them at? 6.5, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! New Rarity. Oh, we sell them at 7.5. All right, that's the exact correct price. Perfect. All right, let's get it done. Cool. Probably just depends on who you deal with. That's straight up bullcrap. Stay the F out of our business. Charging extra to ship a card. Give me a break. Well, again, they do that because they don't want, like a competing country, you know, sending too much goods into their country for cheap while extracting dollars out, right? Every country wishes to have like a good trade balance. This is what Donald Trump was all about. The thing, a lot of Americans are very uneducated about that issue. So when they heard about the Trump tariffs, they were all mad about it. But it's like they don't understand that a lot of countries, they want to sell you stuff, but they don't want to buy your stuff. They say, we don't want your stuff, but we'll sell you all of ours. And that's part of what makes a country wealthy is just sort of having that trade balance. They want to sell you a lot of stuff, but only buy what they need. We don't need your Pokemon, but we'll sell you Pokemon, right? So every country's trying to pull that off. And Trump complains about the United States having a very imbalanced trade agreement between the countries where we do an awful lot of the buying, but not an awful lot of the selling. So he gets mad about that and says we should tax them. Now, people on the other hand of that, the other side of that argument say, yeah, but we're the world reserve currency, so we can just indefinitely print money to buy the stuff with. So some people, they will argue that, but I don't know. Our trade deficit's pretty outrageous at this point. I don't know if that's really true. Infinite money printing was sort of what defeated every empire. Every empire crashes and burns when it overinflates its dollar, and then nobody wants that dollar anymore. I get big companies and stuff like you're saying, steal vehicles. Yeah, exactly. Like steal vehicles. Pokemon cards, though, is so silly. But that's because every government's always trying to, you know, tax max. You got looks max. You got jester max. Every country is trying to find a reason to tax you. It's horrendous. What's the word I'm looking for? Equivocate? I don't think that's a word, is it? In my mind, it's very similar to slavery. when a government wants all your labor. That's what people did with the slaves. With the slave, someone else owned your labor. The governments want to do the same thing. They tax your income, tax your money when you buy something, and tax the item that you're buying when it gets imported into the country. It's like, what? That's crazy. Are you buying something with that money? You'll have to be taxed. Is that item coming from another country? We'll have to tax it before it even comes into the country. Wow. That's wild stuff, man. The seller ended up refunding me and stopped sending to Norway. Damn, dude. Ordered a lot of cards from France earlier this year, and that got sent back to France because the seller forgot to add value, and I didn't get the option to fill in the eBay receipt. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Countries are doing that. You know what would be cool? If France just didn't tax Norway and Norway just didn't tax France. Ta-da! Wouldn't that be nice? I'm triggered now, guys. Can you hear it? I'm a little sensitive to these subjects. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. All right, here goes Mr. Hathim. Good luck. This stream brought to you by Mr. Hathim. It also looks like we shot past 45 likes. Thank you, everybody. Here's Psy Frame Gear. I'm a little bit sensitive to this subject because I've been doing international shipping for 7 years. 7 years. I'm very aware of the problem. And it's, in my mind, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Maybe there should be a special tariff on, like garbage that a country doesn't need. Maybe like plastic mold injected goods from China or something. I don't know. Or like I said, steel or vehicles. But Pokemon cards that are just being sold between two private individuals, it's just crazy, right? Like I'm not a corporation. I'm just a guy selling some Pokemon cards, and it is Dragon's Rebirth. And by the way, and I think it's actually a good thing for a country to acquire Pokemon cards. It's like if you're importing Pokemon, that's not a bad deal. Dragon's Rebirth. Ooh. The more Pokemon cards Norway holds over the last 7 years, the wealthier Norway would have become because those cards shot up in value. So imagine putting the brakes on card collecting in Norway because they want to tax it first. It's silly. That's why, Mr. Marius, if you lived over here, you could get Poke Rich much faster because we don't deal with that across the United States when we trade with each other within the United States. It is so Pokemon card collectors have turned into millionaires in America and done so with very little taxes. It's all right. Here's Slegma coleslaw. You got the coleslaw. Oh yeah. We have an instant 25% VAT fee on imports. Yeah, that's nuts, dude. That's nuts. Because I already know Norway has a high income tax. Man, really think about that for a second, guys. Imagine you get your income taxed real, real heavy by the government, but then you go to buy a Pokemon card that's being sent over from like, I don't know, like America or something. And before you can buy it, you have to pay 25% tax on the purchase of that card because it came from another country. That's so wrong, dude. To me, that's the definition of slavery right there. They want you to be like a slave. It's the new slavery. Old slavery was like it was like whips and stuff like that. This is new slavery. The government has to take your money. They got some very important things to do with your money. Everyone's convinced that the government needs to tax them. You're all brainwashed. It's worked. You've all been brainwashed into believing it's a good thing. And the government's smiling like, oh, good. They all think it's a good thing. So you go to work and then your government just takes it all. It's like, damn, dude. People talk about free healthcare, right? Well, if you just kept most of your income, you could just pay for your healthcare, right? And I don't like the healthcare insurance companies. I think they suck. But yeah, I mean, if you just kept all your money from your income, as it turns out, you could just pay for healthcare in most cases. It's the cases where you have especially expensive healthcare that's where people are scared. So they're scared of letting that concept apply. Whoa, Mr. Alex Silva was not joking. He wants 50 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity and 5 Poke Shuffles. He says keep all hollows. Now, are you saying you want to keep all the hollows, or are you telling me to keep the junk hollows? And you'll have to help me because I don't want to take any of them that are valuable, okay? We're slaves to our wives' jobs and the taxman. They have started a lot of ripping ships in Norway, but they have a more premium price on things, so it's cheaper for me to still buy here and pay the VAT. Here goes, you ready? 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I want all the hollows. Oh, they're yours to keep. Have no fear. We automatically give them to you. That's 5 cold ones. No! All right. No luck in the Pokey Shuffles, unfortunately. But we're going to get you those 50 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh! This episode brought to you by Alex Silva. He's going deep. Ooh. So this is 48, so which means you get 2 more. We are building his deck. Okay. Yeah, have no fear. You keep all the hollows. That's a big order. That's a big boy order. All right. Yeah, I do go on. I do complain a lot about taxes, man, but I hate it, man. The hardest part about it all is very often the government doesn't even spend that money on anything good. All right. I do like it when the government spends it on healthcare. I think that's probably one of the best uses of the money. Healthcare and infrastructure are probably the 2 best things. Medical research, maybe, is. All right. Flew to Puerto Rico. I'm moving there, man. I'll hang out with Mike's side. He's from Puerto Rico. So that's what 50 packs looks like. Okay. Enjoy. Let's get it. We're opening some serious amounts of Rarity V, guys. Puerto. So the problem with moving to Puerto Rico is I would not enjoy avoiding uh, federal taxes. That's because my business primarily takes place in the states. So I read the rules and I talked to AI about it. And AI said for me to be able to avoid paying those federal taxes, I would have to not sell the majority of my booster packs and slabs into the states. That's what it said. But since I do sell the majority of my packs into the United States, I would be subject to paying federal taxes on those. Mr. would be the second biggest Poke-rich person in Puerto Rico behind Logan Paul. That's right. I'm moving out there. I'm getting one of those nice houses by the beach. Iron Mouse lives in Puerto Rico, one of my favorite VTubers. Nice. We are. All right, let's see. If I didn't have to pay federal taxes, that would be ridiculous. We'd be making serious amounts of money. No federal taxes. Sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme almost. All right. Let's snip this. All just because I'm not a simp, of course. What? The burnt peanut is my favorite VTuber. What do you think, Alex Silva? Is this enough boosters? All right. All right. All right. Very good. Very good. Ooh. Oh. Computer. Double the amount of boosters this man ordered. Computer. Where do you guys think I should take Karis on vacation if I were to do that? Where should I take her? In the U.S., not outside the U.S. Love you a long time. Hank Hill is my favorite VTuber. Enough to start the Rarity V collection, hopefully. Shiblinks. All right, so here it is. I tell you what, that's right. That boy ain't right. You've got cross sheep. Visit me and Tammy. What? You funny man. Here's I don't know. Karis might not actually like that. She might be like, "You're just turning this into a Pokemon card thing." Is or maybe she would like it. I'm not sure. Trap dust shoot. I guess as long as she had fun. Here's Sci Frame Driver. Are these worth sleeving? Here's D&D Count Surveyor. There we go. All right. I don't think she knows you very well, but she might be interested in saying hi to Tammy. Hawaii or Alaska? Hawaii or Alaska? Alaska's interesting. Hawaii seems really nice. There we are. All right. Pacific Northwest or California or Florida or Puerto Rico? Hold. Here's Infinite Track River Stormer. Tempted to try out South Carolina, Charlottesville, because that's a place we're interested in. But then again, man, we're waiting to find out if Missouri becomes tax free. Here's Dark Magician. Look, you got two of these in this pack. Are these worth sleeving? I don't know if they're worth sleeving. We all know Mister ain't taking no vacation. It is. Yeah, you never know. Karis is having some existentialism. She's getting older, man. We look at ourselves now and we got like wrinkles on our faces and we go, when was the last time we took a vacation? 10 years ago? And boy, we've been grinding, haven't we? We are. Just a matter of locking up the home completely, absolutely, completely, like 100,000%, locking it up like a fortress, and then going, "This come to Kentucky. I'm going to Kentucky." We have driven through Kentucky on our way to Florida multiple times. Here's Called by the Grave. Come to Alaska. Summer is literally almost here. Best time to come up. Not cold, not hot. Best views. Here's Called by the Grave. I was just watching a news report for Lake of the Ozarks, and they were interviewing a developer who is sort of like revealing the plans for a major entertainment district out here. He revealed they're building a $650 million entertainment complex with a whole bunch of, I guess, businesses that he's not allowed to reveal. But they started releasing images of it finally, so we're seeing images of it. And it looks pretty cool. And they're only allowed to reveal one business that's part of the lineup, and he calls it like the anchor business. They're opening up a gigantic Bass Pro Shop, and then there's going to be like a huge mall complex with hotels. And yeah, it's really interesting. That's been the talk out here for a while in Lake of the Ozarks because it's actually larger and more expensive than the amusement park they're building. Code. Here's Solemn Warning. So the the reason it's been such a talk out here is because nobody's been 100% sure if it was going to go through, if it was really going to happen. So now it's looking like it's definitely happening. We are. How did you get started making so much money? Now you are you rich? When I started, um, I had pretty humble beginnings. I came from a family of 11 kids, and we were very, very, very poor when I was a kid. Then I ran away when I was 17, and I worked a lot of regular jobs like Target, Coca-Cola. Um, I worked really hard though, and I saved up a lot of money. I really didn't have any good times in my 20s. That's not an exaggeration. I had a pretty bad time actually the whole time. I learned how to work really hard basically. And then I read a bunch of like, self-help books and books on how to become wealthy, how to do well in life. And those books were really useful. I read those when I was in my early 20s and I got all inspired. And what I was originally planning to do, I was originally planning to just work for Coca-Cola for the rest of my life. They were a good company, they were paying well. It looked like I was on track to get a promotion. They really liked me. And then I just kind of out of the blue, quit that job to go back to school for a 4-year. Ooh, here we go. Here's a Blue Eyes White Dragon Starlight Rare. That's got to be solid. Take a look at that, everybody. All right, Alex Silva. How much is this one? Look at that. Very nice. So I read all these books and they kind of made me realize not to underestimate myself and not to aim too low, because I was aiming too low is what I was doing. I wasn't really challenging myself. So I decided to do something that scared me. That's I would say that was a pretty important part of the way I worked on things and the way I changed my way of thinking. How much did you get paid by Coca-Cola? So this was a good wage back then. I was being paid $12.50 an hour, 12.50 an hour, and it was a tough job too. It wasn't easy at all. Um, I was forklift certified on like 5 different types of forklifts, and I did a lot of forklift work. So, and those jobs can be pretty dangerous. Like if you drop a pallet of soda on your head, you are. So, yeah, I worked about 60 hours a week at $12.50 an hour, and my paychecks could be pretty substantial from all the overtime. You are. Now they pay 21. Wow. Well, it depends on where you're at. I was in Missouri. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Wow, look at you. But no overframe so far, huh? Coca-Cola pays good. Yeah, they pay decently well. At the time, the minimum wage in Missouri was like $7. So it was paying almost double minimum wage. Forklift certified, that means you're getting ass left and right. Yeah, well, yeah, sort of. I was dating a girl and she and I didn't really belong together, but she was pretty hot and I was good looking too. And we were getting, booty cheek stuff done. But 60 hours is crazy. By the way, that's not an exaggeration. At the time that I applied for the job, they did a second interview with me and then they said, "We're giving you the job, but you have to sign this." They handed me like a contract that said, "You must agree to 20 hours of overtime." And I thought it was a joke. I thought it was an exaggeration. It's not. They will give you infinite hours. You can start at 4 a.m. and stop working at 8 p.m. if you want. They have infinite hours for you. And what they were expecting you to do was complete a certain amount of work. And the way they would schedule you, they give you enough work for about 12 to 14 hours a day on average. Very often 14 hours. Almost never was it less than 10 hours. So only the easiest routes. I actually remember this. There were some easy routes like Cottleville. Only the easiest routes had 10-hour work shifts. So it was really heavy. And you took no lunches. They didn't care. You took no breaks. What you would do is you would eat while you're standing up while you're working. So it was really rough, but they loved me. I did extremely well. I was like perfect. I was extremely efficient. And so they ended up putting me on the very finest routes in St. Louis, West County. I had Get this, there's this really wealthy family. They're called the Deerbergs family. They own the Deerbergs chain of grocery restaurants. They're really fancy grocery stores. They're upscale grocery stores. They put me on the Deerbergs family route. The family is so wealthy. Not only do they own a chain of grocery stores, they own a bank too out here in Missouri called First Bank. So it's a well-known bank out here in Missouri. So the family owns both of those things. And I was put on the route where the Deerberg family shops. So I was in charge of, taking care of the Deerberg's family's own grocery store. That's how much they liked me. Red Eyes Black Dragon. So those were good days. And I had a friend of mine got promoted, and he said, "You're next." He's like, "You'll get the job next." So I would have moved from being a merchandiser to an account manager if I'd stayed on with them, and that would have paid 40K a year with the same expectation that you work like 60 hours a week. That's what would have happened. All right, let's get these open. Here's Scarred Dragon. So I was doing really well at Coca-Cola, but I was listening to a ton of inspirational books and like books from Warren Buffett and stuff like that. And the books repeated the same idea over and over again. They say you will never get rich unless you set a goal of becoming rich. So they're like, you're not going to make $1 million if you simply agree to make 40K a year or 20K a year. They were like, you literally have to decide you need to make 100K and then start changing what you're doing to make that become possible. So they're like, if you want to make 100K or 200K a year, you have to go start changing your daily routine. You can't keep doing the same thing You can't work for 30,000, 25,000 a year. You have to go change something. And there was just a lot of good advice in those books. I knew the books were good. I was getting them from Pirate Bay, by the way, back then. So I would download them as audiobooks onto my iPod. I had a big fat iPod. And I started downloading those books, and once I realized how good they were, I just kept going. I just downloaded book after book after book after book, and I would work and listen to them at the same time. So I ended up ingesting an enormous amount of self-help books, and some of them are really good. Like they teach you concepts, like they explain concepts like the more pain tolerance you have for work, the richer you become. Big mistake that a lot of people do is they underestimate themselves. They say, "Oh, I could never do that. That scares me." As all the rich people, they do the opposite of that. They go, "What's the next biggest thing I can accomplish? What's the next thing that scares me that I can't do it? Okay, now I'm going to go try it." So they talk about those concepts a lot. Oh, there we go. So we're looking for this, the overframes. Odd Eyes Arcray Dragon. So that was a really formative time for me. Ooh, look at that. So we got one overframe. Are we in box number 2 or is this still box number 1? All right. We need more inspirational advice. Well, he was asking how I got rich. And so those books taught me that in order to get rich, you do have to take risks. Quitting Coca-Cola, which was a very conservative, decent paying job, to go back to college, because I already had my 2-year degree. Going to go back to college for an engineering degree, that's a huge risk. And I was homeschooled, so I knew nothing about physics or math. I was not good at physics or math. All the aptitude tests told me to become an engineer, and I knew engineers get paid well. They get, they're going to make like 100K one day, right? So I knew that, and I said, all right, let's go for it. So I was only able to do that after getting inspired by those books. The books were very inspiring, and I said, I'm not going to aim too low in life. You get one life. You don't want to aim too low. You need to take a risk on something that you think might fail, but also it has a big upside if you succeed. So I quit Coca-Cola. To everyone's surprise, by the way, my boss was like, "What the hell?" I said goodbye. I had about 20,000 in savings at the time, so you can't do it with no money. I had savings. I worked very hard for those savings. Okay, so I didn't go on vacation. I had a terrible, ugly vehicle. I didn't go out to eat. I didn't have nice clothing. I still don't have nice clothing. I didn't have anything nice in life. I just saved every dollar. So I had $20,000, and then I applied for the student loan and went to school for and my girlfriend broke up with me around that time. We broke up because we were fighting over money because she didn't like how stingy I was. And she's like, I don't want you to go to college. I want you to take me on vacation. I said, no vacations. So we broke up because we couldn't agree on money. And so I ended up going to college, and that's where I met Karis. And we were in the computer science department. We were in the computer science courses. So all of a sudden, I'm dating Karis. I had this old relationship that ended over money. And now I'm dating a new girl. And she's like, I'm going to become a computer scientist, And so that's all part of the game, I guess. You wouldn't want to know how much she earns. She's been a software engineer for 7 years. So you make your eyes water if I talked about it. She doesn't do too bad. She was offered another promotion, by the way. They want to make her into what's called an architect, and she's probably going to turn it down. She doesn't want the extra responsibility. So, but right now she's an engineer 3, and they want to turn her into an architect. And she's telling me she's probably not going to take the job. Here's Psy Reflector. So that would be her 4th promotion. All she does is work too, though. We were just talking. I was talking to you guys a minute ago about how she's feeling kind of existential, getting older. We're looking at the wrinkles in our eyes, going, wow, all we do is work. But that's true. All we do is work. So I still have that feeling from when I was younger and had no money, working for Coca-Cola for $12.50. And that was good money back then, I guess. But I was working for $12.50, and I still have that sort of work mode in me. It's like a self-denial. It's like a pain tolerance. It's the ability to just do what you're supposed to do all the time. I'm really good at work, but not very good at not overeating. That's why I'm on that Wegovy. So I have my own Achilles heel, perhaps. As in a software architect, yeah, it's like a top job at the place she works. She works the top software job is architect. By the time you reach architect, you're the one designing the very beginning of the software, and Yeah, so it's a pretty prestigious role, and she's thinking of not taking the job. So they offered it to her, but she doesn't want the extra responsibility. We're looking for another overframe for our friend Mr. Alex Silva. This is a $500 order, by the way. Anyways, I do the impossible and I finish my software engineer degree. So I have a Bachelor of Science software engineer. It was really tough. I worked very hard on it. And Karis finished hers. And my first job out of school was a database job. It was a very easy database job. It was basically just, what do they call that? I can't remember the name of it. It's where you just work with taking a piece of information from one spot, moving it to another. It's not real coding. Data entry. There he goes. It is basically a glorified data entry job. But I was working with a company called Tech Systems, and they do contract work. And right off the bat, I was making a lot of money. I mean, it was good money just for that. Even like all of a sudden, I was making thousands of dollars. I was like, ooh. And then so right after that, I had a YouTube channel, The Game Economist. Not this one, the other one, The Game Economist, and it was growing. And I had just taken the risk of becoming a software engineer, and I was ready to profit from that. And I said, you know what? Let's take another risk. Let's be a YouTuber now. Because a small part of me felt like I would succeed at it. You know, there was this part of me that felt I'm this talkative guy and I should give it a shot. And so there's this point where I'm making like very little money, like $5 a day. And I don't have a contract with Tech Systems, but they call me and they're like, we got a contract ready. And I'm like, you know what? Put it on hold. I'm working on my YouTube channel. They're like, really? I was like, mm-hmm. And to Karis's credit, by the way, she did not get mad at me over that. She's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm going to give this a try. And she did not judge me too hard. So that's maybe one of her good qualities is she just kind of let me go for it. She always seems to have trusted me with whatever I'm working on. Because I think some girlfriends would have gotten pretty mad about that. You know, go to school for years and then don't become a software engineer. You know, that doesn't seem good. To do what? Play video games? That doesn't seem good. But when I put 100% of all of my effort and craziness, you know, my blood, sweat, and tears or whatever, into the YouTube channel, it worked. I was doing like 16 hours a day of work on YouTube. And it didn't take very long for that to turn into profits. All of a sudden, I was making 20,000, then it was 40, then it was 60, then it was 80, then it was 80,000 plus donations because I would go live and get even more money. So I'd post a video and I'd hired an editor at that point to post an additional video, which we were profit sharing on that 50-50. So two videos would come out and then a live stream would come out and people would just dump money on me to talk to them and to play the video game live. So all of a sudden I was making very good money because I was succeeding on YouTube. So that's my journey. And then one day I said, you know what, let's do these Pokemon cards. Miss Mary, she's one of the mods, right? Let's see. Question, Mister, would you sell sealed product? Chast disappearing. Am I seeing things? She would make at least 300K. No, that's a bit, that's too high actually. She's not making 300K. Okay, but she makes good money. Oh, I'm not gonna entertain any more guesses at how much she makes, but she does pretty well, and because she's been doing it so long. But it's a Missouri software job. Okay, this is not like Los Angeles, Missouri job, Los Angeles software job. This is Midwest Missouri software job. All right, so here we are. So you get paid less, but the cost of living out here is a lot cheaper as well. You got one overframe out of two boxes. Did you guys catch that? One overframe, two boxes. There are. Got some of these. Those are like, what would you call these? Textured cards. So you got some textured cards, and then you got a lot of these Starlight rares. I was thinking of LA and SF. Yeah, those jobs pay really well because they have to, or else you can't live out there. I think this is one of the best of the Starlights, right? The blue eyes. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is Missouri. So you get paid less out in Missouri. When she started the job, it was 60K, by the way, but it was an internship at 60K. It is basically an internship. Ta-da! This episode brought to you by Alex Silva. Let me pop you into this, Mr. Alex. I'll put you in here automatically. Wow, what a big order. That took a while, too. We're still here, guys. We're not done with the stream. It's only 4:16 after all. Damn, that's late. All right. But that's the story. Eventually, one day, I run into a girl, a girl named Mary, and she donates $100 on stream in one of my live streams, right? She dumps $100 on me, but she says I have to spend some of it on Pokemon cards. And at the time, I wanted to start getting into investing. And it was funny because I was researching baseball cards and gold coins, graded gold coins. That's what I was researching at that very moment. So I open some Pokemon. I go, oh, yeah, Pokemon. I start watching content about Pokemon card grading. One of my earliest videos was Graded Gem. I think he's a YouTuber, Graded Gem. And I don't think I've seen his stuff in a while, though. That was one of my earliest videos. He was showing off WotC era 9s, PSA 9s. He's like, I think these will go up one day. That's what he was saying in the video. And I bought a PSA 9 Hypno, Dark Hypno from Team Rocket, first edition. Bought it for 25 bucks, by the way. It was like 25 all the way back then. And that was when I started. I said, all right, let's do it. Pokemon card investing. And I said, what I'll do is I'll make a second YouTube channel and I'll make videos of the cards that I buy, and they'll make ad revenue. So I say if I buy Pokemon cards to invest in them, but I also make content around it, that'll generate ad revenue at the same time. So it's like being paid to collect. That's what I said, which I knew a lot about ad revenue at that point in life. So I was very confident in the idea of ad revenue. So Alex, you got quite a lot here. Got 3 bags for you. So we're going to transfer you into this box over here. Hallelujah. Thank you, Mr. Alex. We might have to move one of these, actually. Actually, I don't know. Hold on. Wait a second. Let me look at this real fast. So we'll put this baggie and this baggie into here. All right. So you're in 2 boxes, Mr. Alex Silva. You're in 2 boxes. You got 3 big old bags. All right. Woo. Let's start handing this out real fast because we're going to run behind on this. The timing's really crazy here. There we go. Next. All right. Type in Sarah, guys. Type in Sarah. All right. It's Sarah's birthday. Happy birthday to Sarah. She's been very nice to us. Sarah's ordered quite a few cards over here. She's pulled some pretty special cards too. Had some special moments. Here's Persian. Yeah, I started buying Pokemon cards back then and showing them off. And I started a second channel and I just started hustling on it because at that point in life, I was already so good at that idea. Like you pick up an idea and you just go with it. You just start working real hard. Mr. Joseph Smith, 3 Poke Shuffles, 2 Chinese Hidden Fates. All right, so we got quite a few orders here to service. I'm going to call no more orders because it's already 4:20, okay? So don't place any more new orders, guys. I got to service all these and still go to bed. Go to bed by 5 or something. All right. Open my order. All orders will be opened. Have no fear. We'll take care of everybody's order. But no new orders, okay? Don't post any new ones at this point. But we'll take care of all the existing ones. Have no fear. All right, here we go. So that's going to be Porygonzi and Golisopod. No luck in the Hidden Fates, Mr. Joseph Smith. They're pretty cool though. You can pull a shiny Charizard out of here, the SV49. So he's in this set. All right. Can I place one more, a small one? Yeah, if you need like something done, like shipping or something like that. But we need to start wrapping it. Joseph Smith, are you in here? That's the story, guys. I started back then. I bought my very first vintage rocket box, I believe for like 2.4 thousand. There was a guy on eBay and I negotiated to take the sale off eBay, which was a trick I already knew about back then. And because I had been a heavy eBay seller for years. All right. 3 Poke Shuffles. Let's get that. Joseph Smith. So I'd had all that practice already with eBay, working with my dad, working for myself. And Then one day I'm live showing off my Pokemon. Too cold. Oh wait, it's three, right? One more. I'm live showing off. Shoop. Ah, that's a total of three. That's too bad. All right, three cold ones. I'm live showing off my Pokemon cards, and I asked the audience, I say, would you like to open these? That was the start of the rip and ship. Mark J. Valerian, no hollows, please. One box of Pokemon Japanese Night Wanderer. All right, let's go grab that Night Wanderer. Here we are. Boop. Very nice. All right. So, happy birthday, Sarah. Yes, happy birthday, Sarah. Yeah, we started selling those cards live, and that was really life changing because not too far later, Pokemon card sales online start to hit like $4,000 in one stream, and that's like a life changing moment for me. I remember climbing into bed, and I was tired and real tired. Actually, running these streams can feel like running a little marathon for your brain. Here we are. But I climbed into bed, and Karis was already in bed. And bed for us back then was just a foam Walmart mattress sitting on the floor with like a blanket on top. Right, like we were still essentially we weren't really wealthy yet. We didn't have a lot of money yet. We were doing good, but we weren't like wealthy wealthy. We were like fixing our vehicle, you know. We were starting our student loans, getting adjusted to paying a little mortgage. We had a little mortgage on a condo. We had just bought a condo. And so we were just getting used to having some cash. And I lay down in bed and I sold $4,000 of cards. And I think I made probably like $1,000 in one stream. So imagine that you made $1,000 in one day. I laid down. I'm like, I think this is a big deal. I remember telling her that. Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. The first year doing a rip and ship on YouTube, I made $600,000 in sales the first year. That was the year that the Bryant guy ripped me off, Bryant Lewis. Remember, he ripped me off for 23,000, but it didn't hurt too bad because the overall sales for that year were so insane. And that was the first year where I realized we were going to have to get an accountant. That's what I realized. We are. All right. The odor must have been something. Here's Fracturer. Yeah, I didn't know what to think about it. It was a very crazy time period. And that year, the first year we did this, we had a gentleman who really hated me and what I was doing. And he created a channel called The Scamconomist. And when I would go live, he would go live and he would post an infographic on how much cheaper you could get the booster packs if you don't buy with the Scamconomist. So he would post an infographic about how terrible my pack prices were. And so anytime I was live, he was live too. And if you were searching up my channel, you might run into him as well. And he was just really angry. And there were some other key people who are still around today who were in our group, and they saw what I was doing and they said, "Oh, that's actually a pretty good idea." So they ended up, creating kind of a clone channel. There was a girl, there was a guy. Ooh, what do we have here? SR Petulant. There we go. Why would he care? And I think I peaked in 2021. That was probably the absolute craziest year, 2021, with the release of Evolving Skies, but also the Lost Abyss Giratina. Now, it wasn't the English set that was making all the money, although that did good too, right? What was the name of the English set? There's Lost Abyss and then blah, blah, blah. I can't remember. But I hit this sort of profit peak with the Japanese set in 2021, and it's absolutely insane. I'm getting these packs for nothing out of Japan. Japan's selling them real cheap. For whatever reason, Japan had not discovered that Americans were able to sell these packs at a much higher price than whatever they were selling them for in Japan. So they're selling these packs for like $1.60 out of Japan, and we're selling them for like $5 in America. And they're selling so fast you can't keep up with it. Like people are like, "You got any more of those?" I was like, "I guess." I'm ordering like back then it was much crazier than it is now. Back then I'm ordering like 8 cases of the Japanese set and then selling them for like $5 a pack, and it's just returning this profit margin that's just it's just unbelievable. Now, does that happen anymore? Not even close. That time period is over. Never going back to it. That time period is over. When you go to buy Japanese packs now, the Japanese sellers have gotten very wise. They know how much money we're making. They're aware of what they sell for. Well, a lot of things have changed. Like the Japanese, they have their own rip and ships now. So they start ripping it in Japan the moment it comes out or even before it comes out. And so they get to sell it first because we have to have it ship over to us. That takes a while. So they start ripping it like a week before it comes out or 2 weeks before it comes out. And they're ripping it just super fast now. So they figured all that out over there. But we were doing it first over here in America. And just for a little while, it was an insane profit margin. We are. And there were other YouTubers online bragging about how smart they were and how good their Pokemon business was. I'm a millionaire because I sell Japanese Pokemon cards, right? Like, so there were people making content like that. It was almost annoying to listen to them brag because it was like, dude, you don't brag about this. You know, I was being pretty quiet about it myself, so I didn't talk about it. But there were other YouTubers who were like bragging about it, and I thought that was very foolish. And but things were changing rapidly in 2021. In 2020, yeah, Lost Origin. We are, ooh, the Dust Glops. I love it. In 2021, things were changing rapidly. All of a sudden, you got TikTok Shop. All of a sudden, you got Whatnot streamers. All of a sudden, there's other guys on YouTube doing the same thing, and they're growing pretty rapidly. And so, I went from having no competition, and now I've got an enormous amount of competition. You got eBay Live, you got Drip, 5 bazillion rip and shippers. And so we've been very lucky to kind of hang out and keep our thing going for so long. We've been going 7 years strong. I don't see it changing. And I love what I do here. And I try to focus on just curating quality breaks for you guys and having the latest set available. We just made this website, so we were a little slow on the website. I think we've been a little slow on getting English distribution too, but I think we do really well with the breaks, and we just have fun here and talks here. And some people say one of the reasons they like hanging out here is because of the talks. But like, look at these 2 things. That's real nice, right? So that's what we specialize in, I would say, are the breaks. I'm very proud of the breaks. All right, so Mr. Mark, you say donate the hollers, right? I'm gonna set those to the side. And let's take a look at this. So we know you got the Petulant SR. What were the ARs again? So you got Dusclops and Duskull and Fracture. Very cool. You guys ever think about opening Night Wanderer? It's not actually that expensive compared to some of the other sets. Ooh. I'll never change up on you, Mister. 6 years deep. Oh, that's really nice, Tyler. Mister, if you could go back to when you started as the TCC, what would you do different? What would I do differently with this channel? Well, I never would have created this channel, is the truth. Yeah, what I would have done is I would have started my rip and chips on my main YouTube channel, The Game Economist, and I never would have started a second Discord server either. I would have a single Discord server. So that Discord server that I kind of abandoned had 45,000 people in it when I left it. 45,000. So creating a second YouTube channel, it didn't I didn't want to interrupt the main channel because I was relying on it for income, and I didn't want to destroy a good thing by scaring away my base audience, making them think I'd really changed. But at the time, I didn't know I really was going to change. I was going to become the card economist. So I didn't really understand that at the time. So I made a big mistake, and I split into a second YouTube channel, and I split into a second Discord server. And had I just stayed on the main channel, I think it would be at over 200, it'd be like at 240,000 subs by now, probably. So instead, we have 100,000 subs on this channel and 130,000 on that channel. And that channel went ignored. No. There it is. So, oops. All right. Yeah, that was a mistake in my opinion. Here's Savaduzaberry, 10 Ascended Heroes. Ooh, you don't say. Here's an Ascended Heroes pack. And what do we have back here? I need to get a fresh box, Miss Sarah. I'll be right back. We are actually running out of Ascended Heroes. I thought I bought a lot the other day, but you guys are so consistently buying them that they are running low. All right, here we are. Very nice. Throwing this away. All right. I helped a lot of people get a lot of Pokemon cards over time, and I hope those guys simply kept their cards. I'm scared a lot of them sold their cards. Just, because it's kind of funny because sometimes I think people probably went deep on this channel and then they maybe regretted it later. They go, oh, how did this guy talk me into buying all these cards? There was a guy who was mad at me once. This was like in year one. He was mad at me because I talked him into buying a Neo Destiny pack with me. It was Neo Destiny Japanese. And he was mad because I had a premium on the price of the booster pack. That was true. The whole time I sold packs at a little premium, right? Because if I buy it for like 150, I don't want to sell it for 150. I want to sell it for maybe 200 if I can get away with it, or whatever markup it is. And so he's mad when he discovers that I sell my packs a little more expensive than an eBay pack. So he figures this out. He gets mad, and then he leaves. And he pulled a Noctowl, Shining Noctowl, by the way. So he pulls this really good card, but then he leaves because he's mad about the price. Now, the same booster pack is probably worth like $3,000 or $2,000, whatever it's going for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in a way, he was very lucky to come over to my channel and mess around with the Pokemon card hobby, and maybe he would have just been better off strictly buying off of eBay, right? But would he have really done it? I don't think he would have. Would he have really done it? I think that because I'm so passionate about the hobby, the people who end up hanging out around me also become kind of passionate. And I think that's kind of the side effect of hanging out with the group that loves Pokemon cards. Right? And at the time, we were sharing our experiences and our knowledge with each other too. There's a value to that as well. All right, so you're going to take home this cute little Charmander because that's the promo. Man, this song's cool, man. I love this song, this Minecraft song. But he was pretty mad, I guess, because I remember him kind of, oh, you're a ripoff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were people at the time who really didn't like me, and they were saying all the same thing. They're like, you're such a ripoff. You're like, we did, I bought a box of Japanese, very tempted at times. I haven't sold anything really in the 7 years. Do you still have that first Hypno you bought? No, I sold it a long time ago, sadly. I should have kept it. I bought a booster box of base set Japanese from PokeRev, and I think I bought it for 13,000 at the time. Was it 13? I don't remember. No. I sold it for 13,000. I remember, but I think I bought it for 8,000. That's what it was. I bought it for 8. I sold it for 13. So I did a pretty hefty markup actually. But at the time, I felt it was really undervalued. I was looking for the thing on the market that was most undervalued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so I bought it, and I publicly talked about it. In fact, I was telling people that I bought it and that I wanted to host a break. And then I started selling the packs, and the packs were selling out at a pretty high price because people wanted it so bad. Because who's hosting a break of Japanese base set Pokemon? Nobody. It turned out that that's a really nice thing. But people caught on to the price increase, the premium. They're like, whoa, this guy's like almost doubling his money on this. And there was a lot of anger out over that. There was just so much outrage. But I was like, I was looking at it going, why was PokeRev selling it for only 8K? It's worth more than 8K. He should have sold it for 10K or something. But he was selling it just too cheap. And I acknowledged that when I saw it. I said, this is way too cheap. You know, sealed box, you might pull out the classic Charizard. And some people did, by the way. A couple people, there was 4 of them in the box, wasn't there? I think there was a total of 4. And so a couple guys got a Charizard. That Charizard is 30,000 now by himself. He sells for PSA 10, 30,000. So we are. All our activity has been a lot of fun, and there's been a lot of critics, and I've had critics, and I've had copycats, and I've had people who have threatened to sue me before. I've had all kinds of stuff. Um, just a lot of experiences. But I don't regret it all, and I really enjoy what we do. And actually, I don't think it's going to change for a very long time. Ooh, look at this. PokeRev from Air Dragonite fame. Yeah, this was before he did that whole video. I bought a Japanese base set box from him. Oops. I bought from pretty much any major PokeTuber. I bought something from them at some point or another because they've all been on eBay. Yes, I've been with Mister since he got sick from the wet vac. I would have loved to summon in for the blink of it. Very tempted at times. What is the queue? Hey, how's it going, Eric? Sorry if I didn't see that message, Eric. The queue. Ooh, look at this Psyduck. The queue was a little bit long. We are somehow very busy at 4:38 in the morning. That seems to happen. I don't know what that is. This is how the stream transforms into an overnight stream because we start getting crazy amounts of business very late into the night. And because I'm supposed to be accepting those sales, I go, oh, we'll just stay up all night. So here we are, and we're at the end of the stream, and the sales have increased somehow. The wait times have increased. So hosting a very late night stream can sometimes be a really popular thing. We are Team Rocket's transceiver. But so there's some of the story of the past, you know. It's been an exciting run. We are Dark Doug Trio, done sparse. Sales really crashed on this stream around 2023 and 2024. I think a lot of people experienced that. But it was, you know, it's the squeeze. There's a lot of sellers. I think there's something that goes on where some sellers, they very badly just want the fame. They want the channel growth. They're going for very high volume, very low margin. Maybe they got very good distribution. Maybe they got better suppliers. It's all very competitive. They don't want to invest. They just want to liquidate, you know, stuff like that. So like sometimes I get a set and I don't really want to sell it that fast. What I want to do is build a large position in it because I believe in the future value of it so well. All right, Sarah, that was 10 packs. We got Dark Doug Trio, Team Rocket Transceiver, the Psyduck, the Murkrow, the Rayquaza, and Mega Audino in 10 packs. Damn, that's cold. Well, I legit think that the Psyduck is very good. That was 10 packs, guys. Man, I'm going to give you a bonus pack or something. Do I got any more of these? I would have to go get more if I wanted to give you a bonus pack, Sarah. Wow, that's rough, man. I think I'm going to give you a spot in the second chance break. Don't lose those hollows. Sarah, looks like these packs can be really rough. Those came straight out of a sealed blister packs too. That's the wildest part. They weren't loose packs. They were sealed. Wow, man. CTR plus crew is stupid hole. Oh yeah, I remember he was defending PokeRev back when I was fighting with him over that piece of content. So he didn't like me because I was in PokeRev's favor or something like that. Remember the one guy he made a claim my career was over or something like that. Now we have like 100,000 subscribers, still going strong if you ask me. Second YouTube channel to reach 100,000 subscribers. Like, did he know I had a channel already that reached 100,000? But so yeah, some people were real nasty and mean when that event went down. All because PokeRev just didn't want to credit me. I didn't care if he used my content, but he has to credit. He has to credit me. Here it is. All right, Sarah Dusenberry. I otherwise did not care. Does tag grade Pokemon stickers? I'm afraid they do not. There we go. We have Mr. Thim, 5 more Yu-Gi-Oh! V. Let me see which order is oldest. I can see you waited 50 minutes for this, Mr. Thim. Let me see which order is oldest. All right, so we've got some old ass orders. Randy Cargill is actually next. Randy Cargill, who wants a round of shipping. All right, let's take care of Randy. Thim, your order is very old, but not the oldest one. There you go. I remember when Opossum defended Rev from history. He's such a tool. Yeah, I kind of mentioned that to him in a comment. I said, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think I was basically making the case. I said, look, you and I are small content creators. PokeRev's not going to be your best friend or give you all his subscribers or make you famous. There's, the upside of defending PokeRev's not as good as you think it is. And you should be on my side. We're way smaller content makers, and we should have a right to owning our own content and not having to be concerned about some multimillionaire content creator picking out our finest pieces of content and stealing it for himself with no credit. So after all those arguments were made, the funny part was right afterwards, um, PokeRev goes on to make a similar style video where he's just ripping other people's content. And then what do you know? He properly credited them on screen. So, he was mad at me. He's like, I'll never do content from him again or something like that. I don't remember what he said. But then right afterwards, he's properly credited the people whose content he was taking. And he could have just done that the first time with me. He could have, well, and he had a chance to too, because I mentioned to him, I was like, can I just get credit for this? And that was what the emails were about. And it wasn't unreasonable. But I guess it ended poorly. He didn't like the idea of it, but it's like, what does that say about you? It's like, how is that a controversial idea to you? You're gonna go make, you know, $1,000 to $4,000 off of this video using my extremely rare content, and you can't be bothered to give me a lower thirds? Like, that's just nuts, dude. Do you know if they grade Gundam? I have tried to grade Gundam with them. I think they will grade it if it's English, but not if it's Japanese. So I don't think they'll grade it Japanese. It's because they have to create like a proper Japanese text on the slab. That's what they do. And I think that, in my opinion, that really slows down their process. But hey, that's the way they want to do it. So, Mr. Randy Cargill, we're just waiting for the label to be calculated a price for. I'm going to set this to the side, move to the next order. Thank you, Randy. That's almost done. I just have to push print. Now, after that, after Randy Cargill, it is Mr. Athem's turn. His is the oldest order at that point. 5 more Yu-Gi-Oh! V and another Ascended. Okay. Did my music stop? My music stopped. Where's my music? Here we are. Could you calculate shipping for me if you have time for it? All right, grab this. Well, I already saw that you had a couple slabs go by. So if you have any other slabs and if you have any kind of bag, it's going to be in the $40 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got these 5 right here. So the amount you already have is too big for the $20 shipping. It'll be in the $40 shipping round. And what you can do is you can add more to that because it won't change for a while. It'll stay $40 for a little while. At what point will you get to mine? Says Mr. Eric. Sorry, Eric. There's been a lot of orders all of a sudden. So it's Hathim's turn right now. Why don't I read off the remaining orders real fast? So we got Mr. Hathim's going. All right. Well, he's the end of the PayPal orders. Then we have a Daniel O. We have an Andrew Martin. And we have a Mark Kaplan. And then an Eric Oberhammer. You have one of the longest wait times, Mr. Eric. So it's not your turn yet. I apologize. Normally, the wait time's not this bad, Eric. It just got really bad all of a sudden. Everyone decided to order all at once. So let me go get this. All right, here we are. Let's see what you ordered, by the way, Mr. Eric. Maybe we can let you cut the line. I think it's your first order, right? He ordered a variety of Poke Packs, right? Might not be able to let you jump. We got to make sure we open things in a way so that you don't take someone else's pull from them by going first. Who's here when wait time could be 3 hours? Yeah, that would be like 2021. The wait times were so severe. What would happen is people would place these big pre-orders, and they would do that hoping they wouldn't have to wait so long. So a stream would start, and these big pre-orders would start to get worked on, and we'd be like an hour in still working on pre-orders. We are. But again, that came from an environment of no competition. I had no competition, no whatnot, no TikTok live. None of that stuff existed yet. We are. Probably will pass out soon. All good, no worries. You know what, Eric? Normally the wait times are not so long. I don't know what happened. Well, Mr. Alex Silver, he did a really big order. Here we are. And then unexpectedly, near the end of the stream, we received a whole bunch of other additional orders. So it's kind of a surprise. Here we are. All right. Yeah, there was no eBay Live. So it was a very different environment. Red Eyes Black Dragon. There was almost like a time period where people were aware of the idea of rip and chips, and there weren't enough rip and chips. Now you can say that's not true anymore. Now there's tons of them. Here's Bistral Disbatter. Tons of rip and chips as far as the eye can see. Infernity Launcher. My theory was always that rip and chips would eventually start to pay minimum wage. And that would be sort of like the business maturity when somebody is being paid minimum wage to open up booster packs, because I think that's what it'll get to. It'll get to that point. But maybe instead of that, it'll get to robots doing it. Here's Psy Frame Gear, which is sort of true already, like the mystery packs from GameStop. You realize that's just a machine opening your stuff, right? So a piece of software says, you pull this. Somebody loads it up, obviously, but in the end, it's automated. So they're making all this money passively to a certain degree, I guess. I also had a slab to ship as well. Have no fear, that gets added, not right now. I only make the label. Miss Alexis adds the slab. Here's Meowth and Petrarun. Ooh, look at that Meowth. Meow. All right. There you go, Mr. Thim. Mr. Hathim has been real busy tonight. Thank you, man. Hathim, Alex Silva. So many busy bees. Miss Seven Duzaberry. Thank you, Sarah. Sorry about the tough round, Sarah. Those Ascended Heroes are, they're tough like Prismatic, No doubt about it. Just wanted to make sure since this is my first time shipping with you. Oh, nice. So what you should know is Miss Alexis comes in on Friday to do that shipping. So she won't be here for another like 2 days anyways. Let's jump back over here and hit print. So there's the label finally ready. It takes forever for it to calculate the price of the label. Really bad software. I don't know why it does that. It works though. Okay. We'll put the label in your bag. So what happens next is this bag is with the label. It gets handed off to Alexis. She uses your name to locate all your slabs. There will be an R box for slabs, and she will check the back of every slab, and every one that says Randy Cargill on it will be snatched for you, okay? So now we got a couple orders here. Let me hit refresh on this. Alexis, Texas? Something like that. Hey. All right, so who officially has the oldest order? So actually, Daniel O is next. He says shipping to blah, 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 blah. All right, Daniel O. Mr. Daniel O. What did you? Oh, right. He's got this over here. We were talking about this. Let's see. Ah, here it is. He was talking about this. He was able to verify that these are his cards by using an ID with a like a paper timestamp. Now, I don't have an email, Mr. Daniel. So what's going to happen is you will not get a tracking number, but this will be on the way, okay? I don't know if he's still watching. Okay, we're hitting copy on that. Okay. So there's no email involved this time. How heavy is this? Not very heavy. Okay, it's going to correct the address. No email. All right. Any gym 2-packs for pack break? Gym 2-packs. You mean like gym challenge? No, I don't have that, I'm afraid. We just focus on one at a time. Here's Andrew Martin, one lucky live custom. Andrew Martin, it's finally your turn. I know you wait a long time, Mr. Andrew. Andrew Martin, you ready? We got 1, 2, 3, and a 4. There it is, Andrew Martin. Oh, yes. Good things come to those who wait. So 1 Dust Noir T10. Dust Noir, what could that be? What could that be? That's very interesting. Is it a vintage? Oh, it's going to be a vintage card. I know what that is. I couldn't think of any modern cards that I graded with Dust Noir. Aha. Valued at $125. It's a holographic Dust Noir. Notice his first edition from the Giratina half deck. It is. There it is. See that? So he is holographic. There's the first edition. So the question becomes, do we keep it or do we re-roll it? Ooh. Keep. Okay, good choice. That's what I would have done. I have more of these to grade. I bet the next time that I grade this, they would cost a lot more. That's my suspicion. Andrew Martin's turn is over. Thank you, Andrew. Okay. Now, it's almost your turn, Eric. One guy's ahead of you, Mark Kaplan. Mark Kaplan wants a Mega Dream, an Ascended Heroes, and then a Korean Mega Dream. All right, here's a Mega Dream. I'm sorry, that's an Ascended Heroes, not a Mega Dream. We're looking for the Mega Dream. Where are we storing those? Here it is. So here's Japanese Mega Dream, and then Korean Mega Dream. There we go. There we have it. 1, 1, and 1. All right, Mark Kaplan also waited a while for his turn. You guys must have all ordered just as we were arriving at Mr. Alex Silva's order. That was a big one, huh? All right. Good. Oh, man, we're approaching 5 a.m. I got to wrap it up. Oh, we're getting something. Mega Electros. Look at that. Very cool. And that's not an MA, is it? No, that is an MA. Yeah? Yeah, it is because of the Japanese words on the screen. Here's a little vanillish. Pretty cool. All right. Here's now what's this one? This one is the Japanese pack. We've got not much, Archulodon, couple hollows. And here's the Korean pack. We've got a little Togepi. All right, there we go. Nothing too crazy happening in the other 2 packs, but the English pack, you pick up an MA. I think it's an MA. Is it? All right. That's for you, Mr. Mark. All right. Ooh. That Sylveon's got 3 spots left, huh? Any other interesting breaks that are really close? I would say this trade break, which just needs $20 to go off, that's one of the closest breaks. Okay, so now Mr. Eric. Eric, is this your first time order, by the way? He says, no bulk. No problem, man. We don't do bulk anyways. He wants 4 prismatics. Prismatics still sell. They're still hot. Oh, we just ran out. There we go. Gonna have to restock it next time. An English white flare. Yes. White flare is good. There it is. White flare. He also wants a Japanese OP13 times 3 and an English black bolt. Okay, where's the black bolt? There it is. He says, yes, first time order time it is. Sounds good. So I put those up there. Excuse me. And you get these. Haha. Okay. So you get these bonus cards, Charmander and Ghastly. And then also, this is the first time order giveaway slab. So we're putting you over there. Eric Overhammer. Do we have a different first time order today? I can't remember. Do we have one today that I missed? Rodrigo Cruz. Oh, we already got him in there. Okay, we're good. All right, Rodrigo Cruz was also new. I love meeting new guys. We always need to meet new guys because sometimes we have older buyers who say, well, I need to take a break from Pokemon. Or they say, well, I'm moving on. So we always want to meet someone new. So that's why we have these nice little giveaways for new guys. All right, ready? Time to cook. Let's see what we got. You know, if you guys help me increase the group, I think you can expect some of these breaks to end faster. That's part of the fun. So if you have a friend at a card shop that you know who you think might have fun over here, let them know that we have a cool little thing going on. Shoot. All right. I should have like an invite a friend reward or something. Here's Archulodon. I don't really know what that would look like. Ooh. Execute. Here's Janine. Oh, all right. This is the prismatics. Imagine he pulls Larry's skill. Larry. You should have sticker QR codes. Sticker QR codes. Here's Lesbian. Lesbian and Whimsicott. So whimsical. All right. Maybe what I could do is make like a full video on how to participate in the stream. Ooh, look at that Master Ball. And an AR. That was a good pack. You got a Molga and Girder Master Ball. So your Pokemon Black Bolt was really good. Congratulations, man. And then finally, I invited my brother a couple weeks ago. Can I have a free Charizard? Did he actually come in here and do stuff? I think in order to do sort of like a reward for inviting a friend, there would have to be like, they would actually have to place a first time order. That's what would have to happen. There we go. All right. Here's Mulga, Girder, Whimsicott, Larry Skill. Please, bro, please. Mr. Eric, not bad. What do you think of these bonus cards in the back? They kind of add a little bit too, don't they? But the Emolga is really nice, and the Master Ball is really nice. So I think that's where you get your good pulls from. Traumatic Evolutions. One Piece? Oh, let's get those One Piece. Yes, the OP13s. Have no fear. We're going to grab those right now. I think I got all excited for the Pokemons. All right, so here we are. Oops. You know, I really ought to take one day and reprice all the One Piece cards to get them up to date. Since One Piece has gone through really volatile pricing, it jumped really sharply, and then I bet you it's fallen back down to earth a bit. So I wouldn't mind pricing all of it. Yeah, he bought some stuff. Been hoping to see Rockstar Mahi now that Mister is on late again. All right, so here's our wonderful Captain Goldie Roger. Ooh. All right. And Whitebeard. Very nice. And who's probably gone? Oh, Rockstar Mahi. We have to find him and bring him back. I can't believe I drew him that Charizard. And then we actually sold that to Sarah Dusenberry for $25, the Charizard drawing. There we go. And then we got that encapsulated. What was one of the attacks? Was it do not redeem was one of the attacks. There we are. That's so racist or something. I don't know. It was fun when I did it at the time, though. I don't know. It'll age poorly. Thank you very much, Mr. Eric. So let's get you a fresh bag without letting those hollows escape. Here we are. All right. I like to put the hollows on the front and the back of the actual sleeved cards, like a sandwich. Okay. As you know, Eric, these do not automatically ship. They stay here with me until you order shipping. You don't have to order shipping for a year, so you can keep them here for a long time and just keep adding to the bag. 5/26. That's the date for your bag. So the bag is due by 5/27. Ta-da! And you go into the E box. You're an ER, so you're going in the ER box. So there's Eric Oberhammer. You're next to Eric Rodriguez. A Charizard drawing? Yeah, I drew a hand-drawn Charizard, and it looked really goofy. Wait, do I have it in the channel? Maybe I have it in the YouTube in the Discord channel under TCC returns, perhaps. Let's see. not see it. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? That would be too easy. Darn. I should have taken a picture of it. Yeah, it looks like I didn't take a picture. How silly of me. Miss Sarah has it, though. She can show it off to you guys. So let's jump over here. Who wants a Sarah Dusenberry box? I do. We've got Mr. Russ. Number 11. Here's Marshall Weber. Number 12. Here's Catnip. Number 13. I'm going to put Mike's side on because he works real hard. So Mike's side going on. Okay, bonus for Mike's side. Is he here to see me do that? No. He needs to know I do that. I need brownie points. Here's Brian. You know who else doesn't know when I put them in a giveaway? Miss Alexis doesn't know when I do that because I never tell her. Number 15. Was that a joke or do I need to do more for shipping? No, that's not a joke. That's not a joke. Randy Cargill. Right, let me show you. Shoop. So here's your bag, Eric. And here's Eric Rodriguez's bag. And we do store them over here. See, here's Eric Tang. So your bag is stored over here until you order a round of shipping. We do that on purpose because we like to build up the bag before shipping. So you can store your cards in there now. And then a week from now, if you get another paycheck, you can buy some more cards and just keep building the bag up real fast. So like, look at this. Miss Sarah Dusenberry has a lot, right? See, she's got 2 baggies here. Actually, she's got a lot of baggies. This is just an example. She's got a lot. She's got like a couple box worths of bags. Like, let me show you. She's the one doing this giveaway right now. See, Sarah's doing giveaway. Look at this. Here's another bag right next to me. Look, here's another Sarah Dusenberry bag. See? Now, the reason we do it this way is because it saves a lot of money. Think about it. She pays shipping one time, and all of this ships together. See? I ought to make a how to order cards with Cardconomist video. I really ought to point people to it. People should buy into that Sylveon. Yeah, it's a really good card. Did you see NHWC's post in the share and tell? The first slab in his video says, I'm part of his collection. Really? All right, so there you go. It wasn't a joke. We hold on to your bag, and then it only ships out when you order shipping. Here's Chris G. A lot of people choose not to ship. In fact, very few people ship per day. Just 1 or 2 people choose to ship per day. Most people prefer to get a couple more cards in their bag before they ship. But since you're new, you're still learning that that's kind of how it works. So for example, let's say you ship out those ones right there that you just got, right? And then you decide, hey, I'd like to do that again. I'm going to order some more cards, right? Let's say you order more. Well, you're going to have to order shipping again for that round too. So that's why a lot of people choose to just keep adding to the bag rather than ship it right away. What they tend to do is they tend to do this, Mr. Eric. They tend to get one good pull and then they ship. So when they hit something real nice, that's when they ship. Or sometimes 2 nice things or 3 nice things. Oh, let's find out who pulls this. So that's how a lot of people do it. They wait until you get something real nice, then they ship out. Landing on 3. Wow, that goes to J-Dog. All right, J-Dog. So I'm going to go ahead and open this for J-Dog because, by the way, does anyone know his real name? I don't know J-Dog's real name. There we are. How does one order shipping? Yes, so on the website, you can either look up shipping or you can do custom payment and send $9. But either way, that'll do it, okay? It's a $9 shipping fee. All right. And that's a flat fee for the United States. So you could have like 20 pounds of cards. It could be like $1,000 of shipping. And it would just be my cost at that point. So that's kind of how we do it. But we always have that flat fee because it helps people, it encourages people not to ship too often. Long time ago, we used to do it for free, and people would abuse that like crazy. They'd order a couple packs, they'd say, okay, go ahead and ship me. Then they'd order a couple packs, then they'd go, okay, now go ahead and ship me. Then they'd order like 3 packs. When people have to pay for their own shipping, they go, you know what? I'll build a nice fat bag before we ship out. So a lot of people, when they have to pay the shipping on their side, they go, you know what? Why don't we wait till I pull a hit, then we'll ship out. See how that makes Makes more sense that way. All right. Boop. What do we got? Mr. J Dog. How's the list? I want to see more live if I can. I want to see mine live if I can. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Mr. Kevin, we're shutting down, but if you already placed the order, I'll service it. But we're shutting down for the night. I got to go to bed. I got to go to sleep. But Kevin, we go live again tomorrow for what's tomorrow? Thursday? For Thursday daytime. And that'll be hosted around 2 p.m. ish, which is how long from now? 8 hours from now? 10 hours? It's about 10 hours from now. If I place it right now, am I good or no? I would probably just wait. I would love to take your money. I'd love to open some cards for you, but I'm already overdue. It's 5:07, so I have to have a cutoff. So I think 5 is a good cutoff. Ooh, right you. I missed all the fun, says Ryan. Ryan, we're going live again tomorrow. 2 streams tomorrow. We do 2 streams a day, guys. So don't miss me in the next one. Hit that subscribe button, and that'll tell you when we're live. So YouTube will let you know, and then you can come in and place an order. But now we're really late, so we're just wrapping it up. J Dog picks up a shiny Raichu. That's one whole free box from Sarah Dusenberry, a $90 value. She donated that because it was her birthday. Wow. Amazing. 1 live, 5 Poke Shuffles. All right. You can send those right now because live customs are pretty fast. Let me just check this as well. I suspect we also might have gotten an Eric shipping order. Yes, we did. All right, Mr. Eric, let me grab this. All right, Eric, I'm going to get your shipping done right now. All right, we can hit print on that. Daniel shipping too. Here it is, Daniel. Daniel O. All right. Now, just so you know, Mr. Eric, shipping occurs this Friday, so your package won't officially go out until probably Saturday morning because the shipping will be done on Friday and then the mailman will grab it by Saturday. So that's the official shipping day. Just letting you know. What's today? It's Thursday morning, right? So that's like, it's about 3 days before it actually gets picked up. Just letting you know that so you know what the wait time looks like. I'm grabbing your address from the website. I'm grabbing your email from the website. And then this won't be too heavy of a package. Okay, and now it just has to calculate your postage. It takes like 5 minutes to calculate the postage. I don't know why it takes so dang long. Mr. Daniel O's going out. Let me leave a message on this for Miss Alexis so that she knows the name is correct. All right, there it goes. I never get to watch my stuff since I normally have to be in bed, says Kevin. Nice. Sent it right now. Nice. Ordered shipping. Brilliant. My ex said the same, not too heavy of a package. Oh my God, bro. All right, we're going to hit print. All right, there we go. So that is it. That package will go out in a couple days. I'm gonna give you a bonus pack for fun, okay? Here's a little bonus pack for you to open at home. All right, appreciate it, Mr. Eric. Hope you come back soon and try it again, okay? Get you some more cards. All right, your label's printed. Now, who is next? One gentleman said he wanted to open cards live. He never gets to open them live, and he just sent for it. Hit refresh. Wish there was a way you could send video clips of when orders were made. That would be amazing. Of when orders were made. Or do you mean like when they were serviced? We could have a timestamp on like a sheet of paper that we display during the stream, but I don't know. I feel like that would really slow the stream down. It would ironically make the wait times longer. Okay. Did you say you placed an order on the website? Let's see. I know what you're saying. You want to be able to look your stuff up really easily in the stream. Yeah, I agree. That would be nice. Timestamps or anything you can do after service. Yeah, it's I guess it's not well designed for that. I PayPal'd. Okay, so we're just waiting for the PayPal order to come in and refresh on the PayPals. So I don't have the email for it yet. Let me log directly into PayPal, see if it's there. It's not in PayPal yet either. Maybe a mod could help you out there. Maybe there could be like a recorder of deeds. Somebody who records every order at the timestamp that it occurred. That would be a pretty intense job. Actually, did you know this? Before John came over here and did the encapsulations for me, that was what he was doing in the stream, is he was recording when each order went by. And he did that for a little while and showed me that he was doing that. I thought that was really impressive. A couple cute little cards here. Look at that little guy. Lots of people here getting clips for you. That would be really annoying. Yeah, exactly. It would take a while to do that. Just, you could pay someone minimum wage to just clip each order. Yeah. Do you know how much that would add up to, though? I mean, if it's 3 hours per stream and minimum wage, let's say, is $10, that means now I'm paying $30 per stream to do that. And that's $60 a day. $60 a day becomes 60 times 30, which is like what? Let's see, that's like 1,800 or something. What is that? 60 times 30? $1,800 per month times 12. That would only cost me $21,600 per year. It's not cheap at all, actually. So you're talking about $21,000 extra cost. All right, let's see. Lots of videos for YouTube and TikTok. Hey, if anyone here wants to be an editor, I'm down for that. Did you say you sent that order in? I don't see it so far. You sent it in PayPal? That's a lot of Netflix subscriptions. Come on, PayPal. You sure you hit send on it? Isn't that tax deductible? So people think that tax deductible is a good thing. It's not a good thing. Like, so for example, let's say that I used to make $21,000 of profit a year, and then I start losing $21,000 on this extra service. So my profit is zero, right? But because I made no money. So it's like that doesn't really help with anything. Is it, when something's tax deductible, you should of course deduct it from your taxes, but you have to make profit. So if you're just losing $21,000 paying some guy to clip things all the time, uh, if you wanted to be an editor, I could pay you $21,000 a year. See, that's a different situation. So you could be an editor and earn that kind of money. And the reason that works is because the editor creates a different kind of value. The editor creates leads and hopefully ad revenue, although that's really tricky these days. But so yeah, an editor would be useful, but just clipping every order, it's too much work. Let's see. No way you're streaming. K3 seems up to it. Isn't that tax deductible? I'll edit, says Tyler. If anyone here is very serious about wanting to do editing, you're totally welcome to work with me to do editing. We have 2 YouTube channels for the Card Economist. Look, here's the second channel. Currently, this channel is just being used to advertise like things for sale. It's not a very serious channel, but we could put a junior editor on that channel and start having them test their ideas out. Hit refresh. Ah, man, the order's not in. Are you sure you placed it? Okay. You've sent $50 to Card Economist LLC. Okay. Just kind of sitting here. It says sales are up 51%. Oh, is that it? Mr. Kevin, it just arrived. Wow, that took a little while. All right, so Mr. Kevin Peterzicki, he wants 1 live, 5 Poke Shuffles. Hey, all right. Here you go, Kevin. Sometimes PayPal takes a while, huh? So 5 Poke Shuffles. Good luck in there. I place it. Maybe it's going to double, and I don't really want to. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, you got a star spot. Very nice. Now, star spots cannot be re-rolled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Star spot goes back into the box. And what you just got into was a spot in the Minecraft break. There's a Minecraft box break. Goes. So, Kevin. Okay. How do I spell this? I don't want to spell wrong. I don't want to say your name wrong either. I wonder if I'm saying it wrong. All right. So I think I got it. It goes. It goes here. Minecraft. Javier's Arroyo is in there with you. So the two of you are in there. We just need two more people for that to go off. It's hard to spell. No, you're all good. Be a lot of people with a lot of different names. It's a lot of fun. It's part of the fun of what we do. So that's what you just joined. You just joined this. By the way, did you guys know that this Card Wars box is for sale for $80 if anyone wants to collect a Card Wars box? This has been sold back to me twice now. I'm about to put that back in the Poke Shuffle. Now, one live costume. Let's find out about this. It's 517 now. All right, 1, 2, 3, and a 1. There you go. Boop. Ah, one cold one. All right, so what did you get out of your $50 order? You got one star spot valued at $40. And so your round is a little bit cold. You kind of lost $10 and you're in the Minecraft break now. If you're lucky, though, you get pulled in the Minecraft break, then you're way up. Okay. So that's the end of that order, Mr. Kevin. Kevin, I really appreciate that last order. Everybody, we're done for the nighttime stream. I'll be back on for the Thursday daytime stream. I almost said Monday. Can you believe it's already Thursday? The days just melt by, guys. The days just disappear. I'll see you guys for the Thursday daytime stream. Don't miss it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to make sure YouTube alerts you. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice night.